Let me know if y'all can hear me. I was running a little bit late, but I am here now. Thank you, Lord, I'm here. Let me make sure I share this out. Lord have mercy. Happy holidays. I got all kind of shit going off, y'all. Let me turn this down. Go to here, and I'll start putting everybody on the screen. Happy Sunday to everybody. What's going on? Tracy, Sir Neil, Hurston, Biatch, Miss 42, my boo. Mizzle, Tom Mizzle in the house. Let me go. Ugh. My allergies are bothering me, Lord have mercy. All right, do I have that? Yes. Let me go here. Did I share that? I thought I did. Just in case I didn't, let me put it back in there one more time. There we go. Fabulous Peach. Hey, boo. How are you? It's 42. There we go. Cola, my boo. There we go. I got it in there, y'all. I'm getting it together, y'all. I'm getting it together, Lord. That's it. Yeah, okay. It's in there. Hey, Tracy, my boo. I don't know if you heard me when I said hey to you when you came in, but hey, boo. Ooh, look at you looking all pretty, girl.
Oh, God, here come your nephew. Why can't mommy just do stuff for herself?
Oh, there you go. The star of the show, baby.
Say hi, Auntie.
Hi, handsome. Look at you. Hi, handsome.
Hi.
Oh my God, all that hair.
All that hair. Yeah, right. Oh my gosh, he is so beautiful.
How do I sound, y'all?
You sound perfect.
Okay, thank you. Great.
Hey, Auntie Fabulous. I see you. Hey,
I want
Tracy.
a different picture. Can I change my picture midstream? Let's see.
I think you can. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out.
We got to try. I'm about to try and see. I'm gonna go. I got two that I want to see what they look like.
I put it in here already. It's up right before Miss 42's last comment.
Okay.
Copy it one more time. Put it in there for him. Was that my baby sister?
Oh, y'all got all face. That's all face. Ooh, Cola. Cola. You looking good, baby.
I'm letting you get it together, baby sister. I see you. There you go. There you go.
That's my baby sister.
Hey.
I miss y'all.
Pinky Money. Look at my baby sister. She looks so cute.
No, right, little glowing.
Don't see me.
My baby sister. Did I drop it in there again?
Happiness. You just glow.
Yes. Okay,
Girl.
I'm back. Sorry.
Baby sis.
Yes.
Baby sis, I hope you mute us, mute our group text, because I know we be clowning.
Girl, we be
I was
like
like, what I
that.
do? What I do?
I listen, I mute y'all at about 10 o'clock at night. I cut that shit off because
No.
if
Because
I
it
don't,
will keep going and
We
going
had
and
been on there
going.
last night in the bed.
It will
And
keep going
Oh,
and
really?
going and going.
my kids was like, Mama, like your phone won't stop. I'm like, man, topic is hot right now.
Okay.
Yes.
That'd be so tea.
going
It'd
and
be
going.
But I love you though.
My bad, so I'm trying to set this out.
I'm trying to multitask, right? Because I'm effing up on the bingo. I'm effing up on bingo, right? Like, but luckily, you know what's crazy? Between the 25th and the 30th, like you can go for 3 and up to 5 hours, and they're gonna give you some like bonus beans supposedly, so I can still make up my hours. Because Adrian was on today. She's like, are you doing it? I was like, girl, I ain't gonna make them hours. I ain't gonna lie. Then if I didn't know nothing about this thing that was supposed to happen, them hours wasn't gonna happen. So I said, listen, let me multitask. I'm gonna put the little camera on over here and so on and so forth. And we're gonna have to do our little what we do over there when we come there, because it helps me pass the time, because I can't be sitting there just acting a fool by myself. I can't. I can't do it.
I have to be sitting on there doing my hair, doing my makeup, or washing my hair, or doing something, because other than that, I just don't know what I'm going to sit on there and do.
Right. And if y'all not there,
I'm going to sit on there and do.
Because as long as I'm on the camera account, I'm going to just watch TV and stuff, you know?
What's up? You say just get on
I know that's right.
Vaccination.
Right. You know, I'm like,
yeah, just didn't bounce. You remember what I said about the group text?
What the hell you doing?
What you say? Oh, we gonna be bouncing on that ball? Heck yeah! Get her extra low coins. Heck yeah!
Baby sis, you want to be a bean thought? You want to be a bean thought, baby sis?
I heard they went up to a couple.
And she's right, hey Jazzy, and she's probably right, because one day I had my little cleavage out and I was playing the music, and I was going like this, and I got some beans from some strangers. I was like, oh shit.
I mean,
yes.
Hey, Jazzy boo.
Any kind of way.
Right.
What you need.
That's what I'm gonna have to do in these streets, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that.
I know, right?
Well, girl, you know, I sent y'all a DM the other day about the recording I sent y'all about homegirl that was literally sitting on her yoga ball bouncing, getting her the low beans.
Yeah,
I'm like, really, this is what you do. This is what I did that. Okay, well, I still ain't got 2 hours out of the day to dedicate to bouncing on the ball every day. I can't do that.
Right.
I can't do that.
My tree will be here tomorrow. I don't know if I told y'all that I messed around and waited too late to get a live tree. I didn't have this problem last year, but I didn't get it. So my tree will be here tomorrow, and I do want to go live to decorate it. So Cola, if you haven't went live by the time I get it set up, I will text you once I get it put together. And then we can either go live. I want to do it tomorrow because, tomorrow's the 21st.
Because I got to go live tomorrow. Because I have no choice now. I have to go live literally every day, even with those little 5 extra hours I have to do them days. So listen, girl.
We're gonna
okay, good. Yes. So I'll text you. I'll text you and let you know once I get it put together. First, we need to pray in the name of Jesus, amen, that the tree arrive like it's supposed to tomorrow.
Normally, if it's through Amazon, it has been. Amazon has been, they've not had any delays, and I've been.
They haven't let me down yet. They have not let me down yet, so hopefully it'll come. But as long as it come, I want to go ahead and get it decorated tomorrow. So, Cola, I'll text us all, and then we'll just do that and get it done.
Yeah.
No worries, fabulous. We got you, boo.
Okay, fabulous, boo.
Okay, fabulous. We see you.
Let me see if I can multitask and share on my phone on this, because ain't nobody. I got 68 bots on Big O.
Tell them bots get on over here. See what's happening.
Right. Why you mimicking me?
Yes, tell them daddy, right.
So about some right. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna wait a few more minutes for Sunshine. She said she was on her way.
Yeah.
Mental health check-in. How's everybody been doing? Y'all been feeling all right with the holidays? I know it's been stressful, but have y'all gotten all of y'all Christmas shopping done just yet? Because I only got like maybe 1 or 2 more things that I have to get, but for the most part, thank God to Amazon, everything has been going smoothly the way it's supposed to be going, and other gifts are on the way.
I actually need to get all the rest of y'all's addresses so I can send all my gifts. I'm coming over to your house, big sis, so I'll have yours there, you know. But I need y'all.
UPS don't like it. God bless you, Tracy Boo. UPS is playing with your life right now.
The United States Postal Service plays with everybody's damn life. You understand? You see how I had to send it back to you, sis? I had to send it like extra wrapped and stuff. It's like they be playing yes, I got stuff that still have. Hey, Sunshine, sis. I'm a USPS playing with everybody's life. So it's good to know it's not just me, because I was taking it personal.
Sunshine face make me so happy. It do. Every time I see your face, I get happy. Hi, Boo.
Hey, everybody in the chat. Tola, I like that haircut.
Right smiley face, and then Sir Neil coming in with the boom. What's happening? I love it. I love it. Are y'all done with y'all Christmas shopping? Y'all done with y'all Christmas shopping?
I am.
Almost.
I ain't even started. I only got one person to buy for. It's my husband. Everybody else is paying.
You haven't even started?
No.
Hey, Mo, very cute. Welcome. Hey, Jimmy Boo.
Good luck.
Hey, Jimmy.
Mizzle, you not coming to
He's gonna come up when we get to talking about this other part in the when we get on this other topic. Mizzle's gonna come up and talk about that with us, because he actually did a reaction video to that. Speaking of which, y'all, we can get started. As a matter of fact, the topics that we are going to go over. First of all, thank you everybody that came in and kicked it with us on the Queen's panel with the King's perspective tonight. We sure appreciate y'all.
Yes.
Shout out to Aries, the 18 that's in the building. Even the one thumbs down. Shout out to you too. We appreciate you too.
Thank you.
Go, you can go away. Who are you?
We appreciate all the love. That's letting you know we doing something goddamn good. I'm happy with that. So, couple things we're gonna get into tonight, y'all. We're gonna first of all talk about Vanessa Bryant and her mother. You know, her mama is suing her and the Kobe estate over money. Knowing that the woman has gone through enough already, as 2020 is, mama out here trying to get her little points, and she is actually wanting to sue her daughter over some money. We're gonna get into that. We also gonna get into this chick named Cupcakke. She done did this diss track where she done came out a lot of different females, not even females only, but some male and female artists. I don't know who the hell Cupcakke is. I know I love cupcakes. I'm back to get I love cake. That's all I know about
I love that diss track she came out with though, because she was talking a lot of shit.
Well, we gonna get into that because she done came at a lot of people. We gonna talk about that. Like, is this female competition, friendly female competition, or did she come a little bit too hard? Now some of these people got their feelings hurt a little bit.
Right.
We are also gonna get into Supa Cent, y'all. Supa Cent got her a new man, and we're gonna talk about, is it okay to flaunt every new boyfriend or every new whatever you got in your life? Should we just leave? Is some shit better left until there's an actual ring on it, till there is commitment, until we done at least met each other's goddamn family? Or is it okay to just go ahead and flaunt? You know, it is what it is.
Right.
And what you think is my body. You know what I'm saying? We are gonna get into Andre Marhold. I believe that's how you say it. You say what? Did I miss something? Oh, my bad.
I said it's okay to flaunt all the time if you like looking stupid.
Some people do. We're going to get into that, though. Hey,
last week, now the delay.
They all right with that. Andre Marhold, he is the boyfriend of Jeffree Starr. Jeffree Starr is the racist guy that's a social media influencer. Well, Andre Marhold is the basketball guy that he was with. Long story short, we're going to get into, Andre did an interview with Jason Lee Hollywood Unlocked, where he said that women basically don't have the right to know what a man's prior sexual, relationships, whether, if there was same sex, they don't have the right to know that because he feels like women can't handle that. So we're going to get into that whole discussion of,
what?
Is that something that women can't handle? Is that his excuse for actually doing what he wants to do? Mm-hmm. And that's saying that, whoop-de-whoop, we're going to get into that. And then lastly, we're going to get into Jamal Bryant, y'all. Now, Jamal Bryant is the ex-husband.
I know,
big boo.
He is the ex-husband of Giselle from Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, if y'all don't know about the reunion from the Housewives of Potomac, it's been all over everything. And the biggest thing that came from the reunion was that Monique came with this receipt book where she basically read Giselle for filth. Now, in her airing him out, in her airing Giselle out, she also exposed a lot of things about Jamal Bryant. He actually came back with a whole holy clapback. And so he came back with his own receipt book, what he called the cash register. So we're going to get into that. And as in tonight's Real Talk topics, we're going to get into, we're going to sort of piggyback off of the whole Jamal Bryant thing and his holy clapback. Why do people tend to use the Bible and God as forms of weapons? Now, we do know that God fights our battles and stuff like that, but why do some people tend to use the Bible and God as sort of their own clapback when they've been caught doing something wrong? And instead of them just admitting to their wrongs, they'd rather beat you up with the scripture. We're going to get into all of that, y'all. And of course, we're going to have, like I said, Mizzle going to come in a little bit later because he actually did a video on Jamal Bryant. He did a reaction video on that. So we're going to get into all of that. And he's going to come up and let us know his thoughts and his opinions about that as well, y'all. So first and foremost, we're going to get into Vanessa Bryant's mother. Her mother's name is Sophia. She is actually suing the Kobe Bryant estate. Boy, he's turned. Okay, so this one I'm gonna ask her for everything. Yeah. Nigga, this third eye works over here too. Know that.
Yeah.
That third eye
you,
over here. I still see you. I still see you. Don't get you leave me alone now.
Leave me alone. Go in that room.
Girl, he trying to do it on purpose too. That's
right. Get out my kitchen and put that piece of cake down.
Stop playing. These kids know what the hell they doggone goddamn doing. What's going on? Hercules. Vanessa Bryant's mother, Sophia, she is suing, she's threatening to sue Kobe Bryant's estate for, I guess, for her living situation and for money. Now, Vanessa is saying for the last 2 decades that she supported her mother. She supported a place for her to stay. She's paid for all of her bills. That mama is already also getting alimony from her ex-husband. Now, she's allegedly upset because since Kobe's passing, she has had to downgrade from this big luxurious house that she was in to now this apartment. And so she's pissed off about that. And she's seeking money from her daughter and from her deceased son-in-law's estate. Mind you now, her daughter is grieving, dealing with the loss of not only her husband, but her 13-year-old daughter. And you coming at her with a lawsuit. Now, I could be wrong. We don't know the whole story to everything. But just from a human standpoint, am I the only one that think that that's fucked up that her mama's coming at her sideways like that?
No, that's so wrong.
Yeah.
It's humiliating, too, because do it in the public eye. Yep. It's like your mom is turned against you out of all people. It's like, it sounds like greed to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty much so greed.
Social media is so big nowadays, but it's like, you can't even grieve in private now and call me up and be like, I need help. Can you help me? No, you gotta be, I'm gonna talk to this article. I'm gonna sue you because I feel like, well, now he's dead. I got his money. I helped you babysit. You owe me something. Like,
right.
But don't grandmas always babysit off top? They get the extra groceries, they get everything they need, you know? Saying like it's regular. Why is this like you hired somebody that's a stranger?
If that's the case that she wanted to be paid, she should have been asking for all this while they was alive, like your little whatever you want to call it, just I hated everyone came in. StreamYard is just playing with my life. I can't type nothing. StreamYard don't want me to reach out. So, but I love all of how they came in. You know?
Now, a part that the mother is putting in her lawsuit as well, she's asking for, she wants to charge her $96 an hour for supposedly working 12 hours a day for 18 years to care for her grandchildren. Now, that's crazy as hell. Now, Vanessa is saying that she only babysit the older 2 kids. She didn't watch the younger 2 kids, and that she wasn't even watching the older 2 kids all the time like that. But for her to even come up with a figure like that, that's crazy as hell.
You know
like,
what?
Like, what are you tripping off of? You was already set. You didn't even have to ask for anything. You had the house. You had the statement of money.
$25,000 because I watch your kids back then. No, that's family. Like, that's what we do.
Right.
There's no way that a grandmother.
They probably bought her a house. They probably bought her clothes. They probably did more than just put food in the refrigerator. I'm pretty sure. Like, you got.
But listen. There's no way that a grandmother should even think that any fee would be appropriate for her looking after her grandbaby. Okay. My mother watched my oldest son when I was working for years, up to the point where he thought he ran her house. My mother asked me for.
Oh, you breaking up? You breaking up? 42.
Can you hear me?
There you go. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so my mother watched my oldest son, but she never had to go to the grocery store. It was a lot of things she didn't have to do. If I was over at her house, I made sure her clothes was washed. I helped her make up the bed. Right. But she never asked me for money.
Yeah,
she never asked me for money.
Those things are regular. Like, we all do that, for our grandmas, even for our aunties, and especially in the lifestyle that they live. She was probably allotted her own driver, the apartment, everything, her clothing on her back, for Pete's sake. You know what I'm saying? But what it is that Vanessa's coming into that windfall with, having to sue the sheriff station and everything like that, and her mom is like looking like eyes of envy, like break bread, but like, why are you asking for it? Because you already took it care of for granted, and not to mention, this is another angle. She's not gonna be able to raise no more kids because all of Vanessa's kids are coming of age. So unless she's gonna in the future get remarried, you know what I'm saying? If she may have frozen some eggs, that would have been.
Well, no, she got them 2 little ones. She got them 2 little ones. Toddlers left.
How old are they?
They just like 1 and maybe 1 and 2, or maybe 1 and 3.
Oh no, yeah, Bianca just turned 4, and I want to say Capri, she just turned 1 because she was only a few months when Kobe died. Yeah, she was only a few months when Kobe died.
And then,
I didn't even know that.
Also, too, like, why would if I had to pay my mother every time she watched my kids, I would never be able to pay her. Like, like, and my son now, like my kids, like my mom would just come get the kids just because, like, it's then that's what grandmothers do. That's what grandmothers do. Grandmothers they're not obligated to get our kids. No, they're not. But we are from the South, so grandmothers had their grandkids. Grandmothers help raise, and grandfathers help raise their grandkids. Even if the father is in the picture, they still a big part of the grandkids' life. And it's not about money. My mama wouldn't dare ask me for no money to keep the kids. Yeah, now my son. That's crazy.
She'll ask you for some gas money before she asks you to pay for them kids, though.
My mama won't ask me no gas money.
The thing about it, your question, why shouldn't grandma get paid? It's not that grandma shouldn't get paid. I absolutely feel like, she was taking care of her mother. She paid for all of her mother's bills. She had her mother a car. Her mother had a driver. Her mother didn't have to pay for anything. It's the fact that her mother is now coming at her hard because she's upset that she had to downgrade from being in a big luxurious house to now being in an apartment. I get that. We don't know if Kobe was, and this is ugly to say, if he was worth more money, deceased or alive or whatnot. You never know. Vanessa could be thinking, I have to think long term now. Not only for her oldest daughter, but for her two babies, the 4-year-old and the 1-year-old. She has to think about money for long term. If I'm dishing out all this money from my mama, what am I going to have for my kids and myself in the future? Because we got to remember now, once she got with Kobe, mama didn't work no more. She was a stay-at-home mother from then on out.
Yeah.
With the husband.
With the husband. Come on now, looking bad as hell. We cannot hate on Vanessa now. We can't hate on her for one damn minute. She got what a lot of us wanted, to be able to stay home and look luxurious and have beautiful babies.
You know what, though? She earned it because she gave that man 20 years. She gave that man 20 years, and it wasn't always perfect. So she earned every single cent she got coming. Every cent.
And I think that's why she's hella private, because that shit Kobe went through with the accused rape of that young lady. And she went through all that and she stuck by him, and after that she was like, she wasn't like all these other NBA girlfriends, she kept her ass where she wanted to be at, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say out the picture, but she just, took care of her family and ran her life, unlike these bitches that get on reality shows and want to follow the limelight. So that's respect right there.
I ain't even mad at this.
But also too, her mom was wrong for going on that show though.
Exactly. Her mother went on that show and exposed everything. Now that goes to show you never know what kind of relationship her and her mother had prior to this. You know what I'm saying? Like we all know Kobe didn't have the best relationship with his parents, because his parents tried to take advantage of him financially as well. But they didn't stoop as low as what her mother is doing right now. You are a mother yourself. You have not lost a child, nor have you lost a husband. She's a double whammy right now. And I understand you gotta have
good relationship, because this wasn't even the time. Like, at least let her grieve. You shouldn't be doing it anyway. But it hasn't even been a full year, has it? It hasn't even really been.
And you know what the crazy part is?
It's like, like, you treating me like I'm the ops. I'm your daughter. Like,
for real. Like, the best part is that the grandma's interview went over a lot of people's head in America because it was in Spanish. And not until everybody started bringing it up and they're like, what's this interview? But it's nothing to get the translation. And it was like she was like muckraking, talking down on her daughter. She didn't like mention anything about the healing process. Imagine your child and your husband again. That healing process is going to be a minute. And nobody that really loves you should be in that situation trying to put you on blast like that.
Yeah, I agree.
That could easily take her the rest of her life to get over. She lost a child. I understand she lost her husband. Don't get me wrong. That's a loss too. But to lose a child is a different type of loss. I'm sorry. And I never have to feel that loss. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not natural to lose a child.
Imagine that at all. Like, you get what I'm saying? Where this is somebody that you've been with, like your life at least, or probably more, and your child. And then to think, sometimes I overthink stuff, to probably think, what were their last thoughts? What were they feeling? You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot.
Well, that was scary. My sister, we lost my niece a long time ago. And it was very hard for us to, go through, but we went through it. But my sister's other two kids, she keeps such a lock on them. She teaches them. She's like such a diligent mother. She surprises me, because we was knuckleheads growing up. But she's so attentive to her kids, and I know how she felt. And just being her brother, you know what I'm saying? And knowing that shit was scary as fuck. So I can actually, you coming from your womb, you know what I'm saying? You have aspirations for them to grow up, you know what I'm saying? Put them in sports, whatever But we've experienced in our family, and it was heavy on everybody.
Yeah. I hope I never have to feel the loss of losing a child, because I don't think I don't. It's not natural. It's not natural to bury a child. It's natural to bury a parent or a grandparent, but it's not natural. Yeah.
Right. I agree.
To bury a child. It's not normal.
That's right.
So just imagine that though, losing her husband, her child, and then your mom want to take you for some money that you didn't even earn. This not even your effing son. You ain't even birthed this boy.
No.
Yes.
Like, come on now. If
Exactly.
his own family ain't went after the estate, how you an outsider that gonna go after the estate? Come on
And
now.
why do it now?
To me, though, what's really crazy to me is if
Gemini, I'm sorry.
Not to even mention any type of finessing or anything, but if she had played her cards right, she wouldn't have to worry about nothing for the rest of her life.
Exactly. That's my whole thing.
Right. And don't get me wrong, I think, oh girl, I never liked Vanessa. Don't get me wrong. I think she's a B. I think she's I think she just like her mama. She look mean just like her mama.
Why are you judging people?
She look mean just like her mama. So I mean, I feel like her mom should have been there for her, because as a woman and just a female period, the first person you go to when you're hurting is your mother.
Yeah.
And she can't even do that. She can't even do that.
DC, I don't know if I completely agree with that, DC. I do agree that she has what she has because of Kobe.
Yeah,
not because of her mom.
Not her mom.
Her mom.
And I still want to add, I want to make sure we think about this. After I've been married for a long time, it'll be 13 years next Tuesday. Once you
love is great.
Years, yes. To me,
the platform.
Once you put in a certain amount of time,
Auntie Momo,
a certain amount of time, to me, you deserve certain things. The law says that there's laws that say that when you marry to somebody for a certain amount of time, you deserve certain things. I mean, she was a stay-at-home mom, so we talking about all his meals. Rather she prepared them with her hands or hired somebody to do it, don't matter. She organized it and it got done. Them kids got taken care of. She deserves certain things, and her mother didn't have nothing to do with that other than giving birth to her. So her mother had her own husband. She did the same for her husband, and that's why she gets alimony. Her mama get alimony for the same reason.
The same shit, exactly.
She earned her.
Yeah.
She earned it.
Exactly. And that mother is wrong for that. And like you said, had she played her cards right, because T-Racy, I read the same thing, that her and her mother had issues where they've always not gotten along. They've always had their issues with one another. Had she been there for her grieving daughter, like she needs her to be a rock there for her right now, she could not have anything to worry about for the rest of her life, because her daughter is going to be there to take care of her. Because like I said, and it's horrible to say this, but you never know. Kobe probably worth more now that he's deceased than he was when he was alive. You know what I mean?
Definitely
I hope her mother has enough money, like for lawyers and legal fees and stuff, because this is something that will get dragged out for a very long time.
Her mama don't got no care.
Mama.
We know that, sis. We totally know that. But you know how like people do. So it's like her mom is kind of dumb in the brain. It's all around the board with it, because
it's money,
the money.
But I do believe Kobe. Now I do believe Kobe. I believe Kobe was taking care of her, but I have mixed feelings about that though, because I feel like if you can take care of your wife's mother and she's a B, you could have took care of your family, your mom and dad that birthed you, however they felt about the situation. That's just how I feel. You is not supposed to show nobody else more respect than you show your own parents. Is there nothing mean? Like that's just how I feel.
But you know what? And at the end of the day, his parents had an issue with him because of Vanessa. And look, to the end of this day, up until he passed away, she was right there.
And her family had an issue too, I heard, with him.
I don't know. I didn't hear that part. I've not heard of that. I just heard that her and her mother have always had issues. I don't know. It could have been
asking for $5 million after he dead. Like I believe it. Like there was no.
What did she ask for? $5 million, a house, and a Mercedes truck. Really, girl?
I'm mad because Vanessa moved her to a small apartment. You get your own apartment. She moved you to something.
Girl, you one person. You don't need nothing more than an apartment. Sit your butt down and relax.
Exactly. She could have put her in one of them retirement villages somewhere.
That's the house. The house is big enough. Like, girlfriend, please, you living rent free. Chillax. Right. It's all right.
Yeah.
I
live somewhere rent free and not pay for nothing. I'll be happy. I'll be happy with even if it was just a she shed. I'll be happy with that.
Exactly. And you ain't got nothing to worry about. But the mom claims that Kobe promised her a house in his trust.
Wow, but okay, so if it was in his trust, why you don't got the house?
Right. Because it wasn't in the trust. It wasn't in a trust. She thought it was, but it wasn't. Or she might have brought it
right.
That's what it is. Mama trying to play everything they done.
Everybody's gonna overlook that. Like, oh yeah. He gave me a house in the church. We don't need to look at no paperwork. You don't need none of that. Just go ahead and give it to me. No, girlfriend, you didn't think this out. You didn't think this out.
We've learned that people literally just lie. That mama could just be lying and saying that it's a house for her to trust. It could be a bold-faced lie.
Yeah, very true.
She's her daughter loses all credibility to me.
Are we still talking about Vanessa?
Yeah.
Yeah. So people do the damnedest shit in debt and do the damnedest shit for money. So them together, she got a tornado. Yeah, we all know motherfucker will do some shit, especially with that much money she's sitting on. I would actually I would disconnect from my mother for a moment. Not like sever, but I would just like keep my distance from her for a minute.
Then mommy is stupid too, because it's like you older in age, right? So you need like your children and your grandchildren to like you. Because you might be sick, you might not be around, you're definitely not gonna outlive all of them. So why do you want to put this bad stain on yourself to put them through this so that when you really need them where it counts, where money doesn't matter, they're gonna say, "Listen, girl,
amen."
Yep,
for real. And what my dad used to say is fair exchange isn't robbery. If you raised me for 18 years and I gave you 18 years of my life, we even, baby girl. You can leave if you feel that type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like you
has to be brought in this world, so I don't owe you for taking care of me.
I raised you a lot better than you raised me at this part, Mom.
I always said sometimes I didn't ask to be here. That you took care of me for no 18 years.
And was that her biological dad that her mom got a divorce from?
I don't think so.
Or was she married several times?
I don't know. What you say, Miss 42?
I'm also the same person that don't believe that a mama or a daddy can do anything to piss them off.
Yeah. I was gonna say that at the end of the day, I mean, but then again, we don't know the relationship they had. We don't know the history they had. I can only speak from my perspective on the relationship that I had with my mama. My mom ain't got to ask me for shit. If she was still she wouldn't have to ask me for a damn thing. My mom can ask me to get the car, the shovel, and let's go bury the bodies, and I'm not asking no questions.
None of that.
I think you might have been grooming her to get an NBA player. Like, you know how some of the moms are with their daughters, like, oh girl, you pretty, you got a nice body. You understand that you don't need no school, you don't need no career.
What's the name? The Galvan sisters. The Galvan sisters. They mom raised them to do that.
You talking about Gloria and
I don't know about them. Who are they?
But their mom is like an OG. She was an OG groupie, married NBA, and taught them how to do that.
Yeah.
And they've been like married to several NBA players as individuals, you know what I'm saying? But they mom raised them like that, like you're a pretty girl, go for this type of guy. He can give you this, give him that. All you gotta put is 10 years in the bitch and dick. Give him 2 kids, and there you go. She gave him the game plan.
That's the vibe that the mother gives you, though. Listen, I didn't help them groom you to get Kobe, so that some of that money is mine because I'm the person that put you in position.
I gave you birth. I gave you birth.
I'm on her Chris Jenner. Like I pimped you out.
No.
I need my
Cola turned into she turned into manager mommy. What they call momager. She turned my momager real quick.
Momager. You understand? Like you wouldn't be having this mansion if it wasn't for me. And I told you to pussy pop on the handstand, homegirl. I want my
wait. The grandma's like, I told you to forgive that nigga. Remember? I told you to forgive him.
Right. You wouldn't have none of this. If you had any morals about yourself, just say something. I told you to do it. We here because of me.
That's so crazy.
Long story short, mama is wrong, and she gonna have to answer God for doing what she doing to her daughter because her daughter is in a messed up situation right now, emotionally, mentally, and she's just in a messed up situation right now. Mama's wrong.
Yeah. Mama's gonna regret that.
Oh yes. When she gets old and she gets decrepit and she needs somebody there on her side to take care of her. Which reminds, does Vanessa have any brothers or sisters? Does she have any siblings?
Do she? I
don't know. I've never heard of it.
Google. Give me a minute.
I don't know, but I know her and Sierra are like really close. Her and Sierra are always together, and I shut. If I could have a best friend too, Sierra, go ahead, girl, be my best friend. Next thing we can get into, y'all, is this Cupcakke chick. Do y'all know who this Cupcakke girl is?
I heard of her.
I know who she is, but it's like she not the T. Like basically, she was a thought rapper, but without the thought looks, I guess, or whatever. Like she had this one song I do know, something about something boink me with your nose, like Squidward or something. She's really like over the top with the sexuality or whatever, but she ain't buzzing like that. You feel me? Like she ain't popping. She's not popping.
Point me with your nose.
I don't know the words exactly, but it damn sure has something to do with how to say nose from SpongeBob, and it was like girlfriend. Baby. No, that's
she's been like all over everything for the last few days because she did a remake to 50 Cent's track, which he did a remake to, which is originally a Biggie track, where he had made, basically a song about all the female celebrities and whatnot that he was sleeping with. That was the Biggie track. Well, 50 Cent did it. He redid it to where all the different celebrities and stuff that he would rob. Well, Cupcakke did a remix to that as well. And she named off a bunch of different celebrities that she would rob. She named off like Offset, Cardi B, Tory Lanez, City Girls, Lizzo, Sukiana, a bunch of different people, right? Now, some of the stuff that she was saying, like a lot of people were pissed off at her because of the line that she said about Megan Thee Stallion. Something about you can't come chase after me because you just got shot in the foot. Now, a lot of people, I guess I wouldn't say, well, I guess you could say I'm old school hip hop kind of person. I see a lot of that as just being regular female rappers calling that person out like, bitch, I'm calling like, you know what I'm saying? How they do rap battles and shit back in the day. Am I the only one that sees that as her just calling them out trying to rap? Or do y'all think that some of these people go overboard when they say a bunch of these lines and these lyrics that they say? And a lot of that shit can be hurtful to people.
I think they go overboard sometimes. I am definitely old school, and I enjoy me a good old battle rap. I love diss tracks that don't do subliminals. One of my favorites is Tupac's "Hit 'Em Up" because he called folks out specifically.
Yeah. Yes.
I appreciate that, but I think that I guess it's just a little too soon. Like what I was watching earlier, it's a little too soon for the shot in the foot. I don't have a problem with the rest of her stuff, but I think that one was kind of like, damn. Did you have to take that one right now? Not to mention, we haven't even completed the case on that boy, so we don't even know the outcome.
He did it. Why is he even still? Why is he out, Ike? Why is he here? That boy should have been in jail a long time ago. We all know that he shot that girl in that doggone foot.
Right.
You know what I think might have happened, and I'm just gonna play devil's advocate. I got a feeling that the reason why it don't look the way everybody is assuming it should is because his intention wasn't to put a bullet in her.
Correct.
It was to scare her.
I think it was either to scare her or the gun accidentally went off, but I don't think his intention was to harm her, and I think that's why it's moving the way it's moving.
You know, I think that we had this conversation before where it reminded me of some black exploitation type of shit. You know, where the pimp shoots at the floor to make like dance, bitch, dance like that. You know, some aggressive, over the top. You know. And he tried to put fear in her because, again, she is like 5'11" and he is like 5'6". You know what I'm saying? So, and she doesn't seem like she has a hot temper. I don't know. But, you know, big things come in small packages. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying?
At the floor because she had shrapnel in her feet. So that means the bullet hit the floor. You feel me? And the little pieces came off because it's not like she had a bullet hole. She had bullet pieces.
You're right. Yeah,
so I agree with Sir Neil and Sunshine where I don't think he was trying to really hurt her. But see, that's the thing with people and guns.
That was Miss 42.
Oh, sorry, Miss because you know y'all nephew, he got me over here doing too much. I'm doing too much. I'm over there. So y'all be sounding like sometimes. But no, I agree.
You can't do that type of shit. You can't be playing around with stuff.
Play with guns is made to kill and maim people. Period. Guns is not made to play with. You feel me? Like you could be like, oh, I didn't mean to kill that person when it happened. You better get the hell on out of here. You should have slapped them or did something else then.
What's that saying we used to grow up on? It was like guns don't kill people, people kill people.
You know what another saying was? My mama told me, don't pull my gun out unless I plan on you.
Right
there. Taught me that.
You
don't put it out unless you ready to shoot, unless you ready to make that move that you supposed to make.
And deal with the consequence.
And deal with the consequences.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the girl Cupcakke, I'm not a big rap person. Like I said, I don't like the new rap like that. You know. Yeah, so
you know, did you guys? I like Cupcakke because she went through like a little mental breakdown.
It was the first time I heard of her today.
From music, she's always been underground. You know what I'm saying? So just like when we were listening to Hot Boys before, like they became popular, you know. Okay. You know, and she bubbles off of that, you know. But she went through a little mental breakdown because I think her mom passed, and she was dealing with a guy that got her into drugs and shit like that. So she had to overcome a lot. Okay. So what you see, she cleaned up her act. She was just like Sukihana. I think that's why she's mad at Sukihana. She was doing the same weird thing on the internet. But what you see now, but you see now, she Cupcakke, like she cleaned herself up. She's not doing that crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? She almost had a heart attack at one of like the Rolling Loud or some fucking concert. She was on one, you know. But that's the sport of rap. That's what you do. You want to annihilate somebody, you know. And it was a theme to it. And in the beginning of the song, I don't know why anybody's mad. Is because she said it's all for sport. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm about to catch your ass.
That's what they used to do back in the day. It's no reason for anybody to be mad. That's what they used. That was rapping used to be about. What they do now is just like entertainment. Basically, y'all are just like acting. That's what y'all doing. Old school rap, they got out there and up the street. And they straight battle, no paper, no nothing. They talk from the top of their head. And so I don't see anything wrong with what she did.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't see nothing. No, I don't see nothing wrong with what she did.
Everybody trying to D-hop or whatever and stuff. Because let me tell y'all something. I got a love-hate relationship for Bobby Lights. You know, like
I don't like
that's my boo. You doing it, and then sometimes I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, get him the fuck out of here because nobody asked me. You understand? So my people want to attention. No, you want attention wearing assless chaps at the VMAs or whatever. That's what.
No, and flirting with the only and then flirting with the only other gay guy in the building. Like that's so embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? That's so fucking embarrassing.
It is.
Like I was telling Auntie Momo with our last conversation, y'all told me about somebody in a wheelchair. Let's just keep it there. And I was like, I gotta go get into it. And I was like busting up laughing, you know? But then I got into the rabbit hole and I started finding all these different people that have different disabilities or, you know, things, and they're like doing these things. And I was just like, I was so mad at myself for laughing, but it was like somebody with the spondylosis. It was like so much. And I was like, how do y'all tolerate that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all go and look, they got like millions of followers and shit. I'm like, how is this so popular? But it's like more like a circus. You know what I'm saying? Like you're poking fun at the fat lady or the strong man or the double-headed person. You know what I'm saying? And it's so salacious.
Now, who is Bobby, y'all? Who is that?
Bobby Light.
Light-skinned cousin that be doing too much on Love and Hip Hop Miami. He's like trying to be the over the top gay. Like he want to be the creative gay. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's too much. It's like you know you gay, baby. Like
I don't know none of these people.
Wait, you know, it's so funny. You got to get into it, Sunshine. It's so funny.
I can't get into Bobby Light. Everything about him. Even if
it looks like a cartoon character, something off the
it's like the shenanigans. It's the shenanigans that's entertaining. It's the shenanigans.
Now, when he was first on Love and Hip Hop Miami, I'm not gonna lie, I liked him because he was more into the hip hop of Love and Hip Hop. Okay. Mm-hmm. Baby, after he done got this plumped and this plumped and this stuff and this stuff. After he done went and when he came up and his lips was like this.
A Gemini, so he look cute as a female.
That's why I be getting so confused. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. I understand people have they've blurred the gender lines. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's acceptable for men to be more effeminate. You know what I'm saying? I'm a gay, but you know what I'm saying? And I balance on my own terms. But to see him go from when we first met him into now he's like in full drag sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And doing those thirsty type of things. I'm like, that's a bad representation. You know, for the queer people of color.
You like the you like the original gay. You know,
that's how I grew up.
You know, you like the gay. You like the old school gay. You know, you don't have to, whatever I do is my business.
Like I'm gay. I'm proud. I ain't got to put on a whole big.
That's what I miss. That's right. That's your business.
My Uncle Mark, you give me Uncle Mark vibes. I love him. He live in Brussels right now. But I had two gay uncles. I had my Uncle Mark and I had my Uncle Sidney. You remind me of my Uncle Mark because he was gay, but it was just like he was into like the arts and stuff like that. But it wasn't like the top. Now my Uncle Sidney, I love him to death. RIP to him. He was over the top. Like that's how I learned how to do makeup and whatnot. But
to each his own, you know.
No, to each his own. But you know, you can have some, because it's a difference though. You can have some over the top, but then you can have some. I'm gonna tell you the trans that say that basically bad. You know, trash us.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to try. I don't care what you be, but you don't have to down a real woman to make yourself feel better. Mm-hmm. That's what I don't like.
My blessing was that I was sit down and I was told I was gay before I knew I was gay, motherfucker. It was my grandpa. My grandma turned her nose up to it. She didn't believe it, but my grandpa knew before he died. He was like, "Sometimes you're gonna have to fight in this world."
I knew about gay.
I lived like in a gang area, and he was like, "You're gonna have to still be a gentleman." You know what I'm saying? He taught me how to carry my handkerchief. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he knew before I even knew I was gay. And I
knew my nephew was going to be gay, but it wasn't like it was a bad thing because like, I knew about gay since I was 5. Like I went back to kindergarten because you know we was taught gay men happy. You feel me? So like, that was like they had to explain to me because I was being a nosy. My uncle Mark, his boyfriend was from Brazil. You understand? So when you little and you call the people uncles and stuff, I was small, but I wasn't stupid. I'm like, he's white. Like, you understand? Like, how is this my uncle? I don't get it or whatever. So I was being I was being nosy and I went in my Uncle Mark's room or whatever. And you know, like I said, he was into the arts. So he had this picture of him and my uncle, Geraldo, and they was kissing or whatever in the picture. So you know, I'm confused. You feel me? So my father is going around the house looking for me so we can go. And I was like, Daddy, why are they kissing? What's going on here? So then he was like, listen, you know how mommy and daddy love each other and they kiss and they and stuff. I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, well, that's like what they do and stuff. So when I went back to school and I got a different definition of gay or whatever stuff, they was like, oh, gay means happy. I was like, no, it doesn't. Gay is two men kissing. So it was like, what?
I wanted to comment on I wanted to respond to somebody's comment in the chat. Vincent said, hit him up, got Pac hit up. Sometimes keeping it real can go wrong. I agree. We had a famous rapper here where I live. His name was in Michigan. His name was Blade Icewood. Very handsome young man. This was back in like 2003, 4, 5 in that area. But he was a real flossy type of rapper. He was probably one of the real popular rappers here. And he ended up getting shot. Somebody kicked his door in, shot him 7 times, he ended up in a wheelchair.
Oh, wow.
So he ended up doing a song. I can't think of the name of the song right now, but it was along the lines of Hit 'Em Up, where he was literally calling people out, other people here out, saying that, you know, this person ain't gonna see the end of their life, and he's gonna kill this one and he's gonna kill that one. And literally 7 months later, he was dead.
See, that's like you put a curse on yourself.
They killed him while he was in the wheelchair?
He was in a wheelchair. They found him and they tried to kill him the first time, but it didn't work.
So they finished the job, basically.
Oh, goddamn.
In the song that he did, he said 7 shots didn't do it. Like he literally,
so they finished the job.
They went back and finished the job. Less than 7 months later, he was dead.
Wow. So sad.
Sometimes you quit while you're ahead, because if I'd have got shot up and been in a wheelchair, that'd have been enough for me. I'd have been just driving.
I would have been out of the state.
Why are you still making diss tracks? Why are you still making diss tracks?
It wasn't just a normal diss track. The reason why I wanted to focus on that comment right quick is because Hit 'Em Up was one of them diss tracks that was hard. It was painful. It was rough to listen to. And this diss track that this guy Blade Icewood did was just as foul and lethal. Like when I found out he died, I wasn't surprised because I heard the diss track. Right. And I was like, whoever he talking to in this diss track is gonna come find his ass, because it hurt me, and it wasn't even me. You know what I mean? It was rough. It was hard.
You know another very dangerous thing in hip hop right now is that a lot of these rappers are being subliminal. So anybody that's in the sport of rapping, you know what I'm saying, they'll be like, oh, I took that, you know what I'm saying, to offense, so I'm gonna come at you. When I'm not that motherfucking old, but you usually said people's name. Like Foxy Brown said Kimberly's name, you know what I'm saying? Right. Kaya said Trina's name, you know what I'm saying? Run DMC's name, you know, they mentioned the name.
That's what they used to do.
Yeah, but you can't do it no more. You can't do it no more. It's crazy. You can't.
That makes it reckless, though. That makes it reckless. It's like you walking in a room and being like, fuck you, bitch, and you just talking vaguely in the room. And anybody sitting there could be like, who the fuck you talking to? But walk in the room and say, fuck you, Sir Neil. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be like, fuck you, bitch.
So this only works for
sit back like
you talking about they ass. If this is some random shit, like I don't like the bitch with the fucking new Movado on, you understand? Like it's a lot of
There's people. 4 bitches with Movados on. What are you talking about?
It stops people from being able to speak their mind. It's unfortunate that you got to be careful how you say certain things and how you move, because people, it's a lot of people in this world who don't have all their screws.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And you'll get yourself hemmed up in the horror because a lot of people are going overboard too. Like, if I'm mad at you, let me just be mad. Why you gotta?
Yeah. And another thing, like the Twitter beef that was going on when I woke up with Asian Doll, Megan Thee Stallion, and the City Girls. Okay,
What?
and I don't know who Asian Doll is. Like, okay, Asian Doll, okay, the whole root of it, because I spent the whole morning like, why is they beefing? You know what I'm saying? Because it's so crazy. And so I went to go listen to Asian Doll did a live, and she recorded a verse of a song that was
Asian Doll, yeah.
Exactly. But listen, but she played something on live that wasn't aired. She was cooking off
another girlfriend that came out now that he dead. So that's basically
but the reason why I brought her up, because her mouth is reckless, her mouth is dangerous. She be talking about blood this and blood that. They're investigating your longtime boyfriend's murder by other gang members. And why are you talking like that, baby girl? And why are you so aggressive on the internet? And I went and listened to her music, and she was like, brolic, literally snitching on herself, dry snitching.
Like when she came out, it was just crazy.
Yeah.
She got titties because the man told her he wasn't going to sign her, so she went and got the bazongas. You understand?
Oh,
wow. She's over the top.
Wow. Yeah, I never heard of her. Is this the girl that was with him when he got killed? Or is this the girl they said that got him killed?
No, that was another girl.
Yeah, allegedly. They may never fix that.
And she live a fast life because
the thing is, out chasing a girl, one of Chief Keef's baby mothers, because y'all know he got mad baby mothers. One of his baby mothers, this I feel is dead wrong. She decides to come out. How long King Von been dead now? Like 2-3 weeks now, something like that, right? She comes out with text messages talking about their secret relationship and how he loved her, showing a text message of him calling her wifey and all this. Like, girl,
that's kind of
your grave, like he wasn't saying that on there. So why would you wait till he's dead? You understand? And then I'm surprised she coming at Megan. Why you not coming at her? But she showed the actual text message of him talking about he want to marry her. All type of shit. It was like, girl, this wasn't the time for that. You could have kept that.
And you know what? I don't mean any disrespect, you know what I'm saying? But why do you want to go out there and put yourself on a limb to be a whore? If you know somebody's in a relationship, you're in a relationship, you're doing whorish activities. That's male or female. And you're going to get on the internet and brag about it. That's clout chasing right there. Because look, I was fucking your man while you said you was with him. And this is salacious. That is fucking.
So I got it right to say how I feel because we loved each other. So, okay, why he ain't never he on social media with you?
Because
he was
the whole thing didn't realize she was
a nobody.
Right. She was a thing. She ain't know it.
That's why that Asian Doll girl need to calm down because she's grieving over her boyfriend's death and this shit coming out and she's been fighting with everybody on the internet for no motherfucking reason. It's called the level of grieving. Somebody needs to call baby girl and be like, let's take this to Jesus real quick. Because she's spiraling out.
Turn off social
media. And you know when you get a saved nigga show out.
Like the song, I'm not gonna front. The beat is hot. I'm not gonna front. I'll be like, you understand? But it's like, is this a song you need to make now about shooting people in the ops and whatnot? Since you know people are all getting shot in real life.
No,
not now. Not now.
Why don't they learn by example? How many rappers have they indicted just by their lyrics and
just from their lyrics?
Place and time, just have an association. Come on now. This shit ain't new.
You would have made a Love You King Von or something like that. It'd been something different, something nice. That probably would have got you on the charts. That's gonna be funny because you know that is what people expected. Not know the options down, you up and bang bang like.
She should have pulled an even. She should have pulled an even. Did what's the song? I got a man that I'm gonna love forever. We'll stay together.
Exactly. She got her own name. She got her own name. Ain't nobody doing that.
Yeah.
And it would have came
she could have been rah she wanted to, but she should have added some more sugar to it. You know what I'm saying? Because you get more flies with sugar than with vinegar. So
well, you have to admit to a lot of these rappers nowadays, they are very young and they are very sensitive, and so they can't just take like Sukiana, for example, or who else was it? somebody else that she had this came out and said something like they took what she said to heart. And instead of just coming back, like Sunshine said, coming back at them with the diss track, or you know what I'm saying, coming back at them with what Sukiana did.
And it was horrible. To be honest, that response was horrible.
I haven't heard that one. But I will say that Cupcakke, I did hear her song that she did, and I liked it. Some of the lyrics, some of the punchlines that she came with, some of the bars.
I was like, this is what I need from hip hop. I was like, the whole time I was like, oh, did she just say that?
It was one of them kind of moments where you at the party, you like, oh!
She came in and started snatching off lace fronts. This is mine. This is mine. This is mine.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's real. That's what hip hop is. It's fun. It's competition.
Yeah, Vlad done got a lot of niggas caught up before. Vlad TV.
And they be on there dry snitching. Yeah, I got a bird. Yeah, I had to Vlad
done got a lot of these goddamn motherfuckers caught up.
You know, I don't like to be a conspiracy theorist.
And that's what it is. I've been was like he's the police because it's just certain questions that he's asking. It's like use your common fucking sense, people. You understand? It's like with Rollo. If you know you are really still selling drugs or really still you're in the street, you shouldn't be talking to nobody confirming shit. You shouldn't do nothing. As soon as who was it? Because I forgot who it was. It was to stop Vlad in his tracks. Like, listen, I ain't answering that. You understand?
Yeah, no, it was Little Baby.
Like, nigga, watch. That's nonsense. We don't talk about it.
Nigga, when I heard that,
you don't think that's the police and you on a music show?
For real, I thought it was a conspiracy theory. You don't run a conspiracy theory, so I had to go do my own damn research. And I'm watching the interview, and it did look like a fucking interrogation. He was like, "So you were in jail? So anybody else you know were in jail?" And I was like, "He's like pulling the strings." You know what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, I saw this. He does come off like the popo. Like, why are you asking all these pertinent questions, especially violence? Ask me did my mama go to a university or something? You know what I'm saying? What my favorite color is. You come straight out. You be like, on June 13th, there was a shooting at the Floyd Mayweather fight. You were in the building. Did you have anything to do with it? Why are you asking me such a pertinent question? How about my day? How about my new album?
Right there, Vincent. After Sukiana did what she did on OnlyFans, that's how we gonna wrap up this whole segment right here of the whole Cupcakke situation. After Suki did what she did on OnlyFans, baby, she can't make no diss track about nobody. You done dissed your whole damn self.
You dissed yourself. You dissed yourself.
Diss yourself. And on that part, we'll move right along, y'all. We finna talk about Supa Cent. Supa Cent got a new boyfriend, another new boyfriend. She is dating Sage, the Gemini. So had I not known Sunshine.
No, she not. No, she not. That's not. Is that true?
Yeah.
How she bagged that? Huh?
How she bagged that?
She got the bag. She bagged that because she got the bag.
I was just gonna say how he bagged that because you know she got her own bag.
Right.
She's a millionaire. What Supa Cent is, but she just had another boyfriend. Wasn't it like 2-3 days ago?
2 weeks after her and Lou broke up, she had a new boyfriend.
See, niggas be gold diggers too.
And she didn't say what happened with this last boyfriend. Just all of a sudden, I think she was on live doing her makeup, and he had came in on the live, and then lo and behold, he had popped up behind her, and they was kind of huggy, this, that, and the other, and now you see them all over social media together. Now, my thing is to y'all. Do y'all think it's okay to just flaunt every new boyfriend and new girlfriend that you have? Or should you just be like, you know what? Let me meet the family. Let me get a ring on my finger. Let me build up some sort of commitment, and then I can show this person to the world. Or should you just be like, I don't give a fuck. I can show off who the hell I want to, when I want to, how many boyfriends I want to, because that's my business.
Yeah, she needs to keep that shit a little bit. She needs to be a little bit more PC about her own business and shit.
Yeah,
especially when it comes to with games of your heart. Stop playing with your heart, baby girl.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but she lives on the camera. I don't even necessarily think her relationships got anything to do with love. Like I don't necessarily even think she loved Lou like that. Now I'm talking about the real relationship type love. I think Lou was kept around because he was a warm body. He was a male, and he was in the house. He was the father of her daughter. Type of thing. I don't think she really loved Lou, because at some point you get tired of a nigga who ain't doing shit, and Lou wasn't doing nothing but sucking her dry.
So you let her do it.
She got tired of him at one point. I don't think that she really loved him. I think Supa do a lot of the stuff that she do for the camera, and so we seeing Sage. Because it's a new warm body. She letting everybody know she not alone. Hell, it can even be for Lou's benefit that she's trying to make you jealous.
Absolutely. Now, Vincent, that's a complete and total double standard right there.
Yeah, it is.
Not for women, the body count looks bad.
Yeah.
It looks bad for a man too to be fronting every new female that he has too. You look like a hoe when you do that too.
I agree.
I low-key, I kind of pedophile on the way out the door. So I mean,
I kind of blame women for that behavior, for condoning that behavior. If you know this motherfucker has a tendency to do that, he has a sexual drive that you can't satisfy. He running around Cowtown, and every time he fuck up, you like, okay, I still love him, but he's my baby dad.
We talking about Lou. Lou was using her. Lou was a dusty.
Yeah, but you know, but it's in front of her face, and she kept allowing it. She kept
he was a dusty bomb that she should have never been with.
Never.
No pocket. Date niggas that's in your tax bracket.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
At least that's on the same race that you're trying to become something that's going forward to be, to meet that entrepreneurial goal you're going through with yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's called teamwork.
Teamwork makes dream work. Damn right.
She shouldn't have been with him. That was such a waste of time.
But you know what? I love Supa, and I have watched her grown from when she didn't have anything. I'm talking about when she first came to IG and stuff like that. My problem with Supa is she act like she's still broke. Yeah, that's my problem.
Yeah. So she picked niggas like she broke.
Yeah, and another problem with Supa is you was knowing that last dude for 3 months. There's no way he should have met your kids.
Nope. Not at all.
And that's her life. Don't get me wrong. Everybody live that life how they want to live it. But your life is open. So everybody has a right to put their opinion on it when it's open out there for the world.
Remember we talk about what's his name, MC Shaky, when he won that lawsuit because you saying everything that was true about Lou, how they paid off the girl with the baby and all that shit, and how he was getting he was getting a monthly allowance like a bad bitch.
You say like a bad bitch.
He won that little old lawsuit because he won everything that she was saying about Lewis, and the other woman was absolutely true about Lewis. Okay.
I didn't know that.
And you right, Desi. A high body count, either way it goes, it can be a bragging right for men. But as I'm sorry, not Desi. This was Vincent that said that. We can all agree, yes, that it's a bragging right for men, but it's still nasty as hell. I don't give a damn. You still a hoe.
Especially if you live in a small town and you got with somebody, but then tell your friends, and then your girlfriend brings somebody over, and you be like, "Bitch, you fucked him." She's like, "Yeah, bitch, I fucked him." I'm like, "Why didn't you tell me?" Because I just next thing you know, she done fucked Tom, Dick, and Harry. Y'all have been with Charles, Rodney, and Tyrone at the same time.
Yeah, Cat. Hey, Cat Boo. Yeah, she definitely has low self-esteem, Cat. Yep. She does. But I just, and then the dude, who is Gemini, y'all? Who is he?
He sung that song. I didn't know that until y'all put that in our DM that he made that song Red Nose.
Your boy's a hot number right there. That's why I was like, with Supa? You know what I'm saying?
He
kind of and then it was another song that he did.
I used to love that song, but he ugly.
What? What? You think so?
He's not the most. He doesn't favor nobody, in my opinion.
Fortunately, he got a little bit of money. He ain't
That's
broke
good.
like he
That's
was.
good. That's good.
He looked like he just woke up all the time. Every time I see him, he
Yeah,
like he really just woke up from a nap or
He
something.
look like droopy to me. Like droopy. He look like droopy to me.
Yeah.
Y'all so mean. Damn.
I'm sorry.
We for real.
No, we honest. We honest,
I
baby.
thought he was a winner. You know what I'm saying?
To date people that's in her tax bracket, but I don't know.
I don't think he was.
He has the mindset of a 16-year-old to me sometimes.
He's still immature. Very.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes,
very.
yeah. I don't think he was married to. I know him and Jordan Sparks dated, but I didn't think Jordan Sparks was married at all.
She didn't want to give up. She didn't want to give up her virginity. I
No,
real life. She gave a
yes,
whole
it was
interview
something
for
to
it.
that
And he was like,
Sparks dated Gemini. She did. How you know that?
yeah, they dated for a minute
Yeah.
when he was doing his first song when they first came out.
And he had came out and was saying that she was boring, that they didn't have a lot of intercourse, and that she didn't like to have fun, and that she didn't like to laugh at his jokes.
She looked boring. She
and
looked
shit like that.
I can see that she looked.
You know what? Okay, I had a question for you guys. What is the age that you need to check your own personal
Yes,
self-esteem?
you're right. She has. Yep.
She did.
Right.
The crayon
She's been having problems ever since then with not a noun, nothing but the ones in my small circle know.
Yes,
Gotta hit it big like that. Goddamn, now she lets everybody know everything that's going on with her.
Yeah.
So hopefully, this relationship that she's in now thrives and it goes good. Hell, if not, we'll hear about the next boyfriend and the next one after that and the next one after that, because that's just what she do.
Well,
I believe Supa need to take time for herself and get to know her and figure out what she wants.
If she ain't did it by now, child, you never know. This might just be her thing, but she might.
Money don't make you smart. Money don't make you smart. Money don't make you wise.
A rich dummy.
Yeah. And another thing was she went through like that whole body transformation.
Oh no.
That whole body transformation. And I understand when people, are unhealthily overweight, but I know people that are fine with, having a little meat on their bones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to twig all the time. But I think when they go through these things to get these immediate surgeries, they actually don't go through the work of actually working out, getting to where you're personally comfortable. You just want to go to the doctor and be like, cut this off, or make me look like this. And when you would have got a little bit more benefit from the hard work, contrary to the instant fix.
Right.
So that is a representation of, their self-esteem for a lot of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I always felt like Supa Wayne got that work done for Lou, and it didn't even
always in a relationship.
Yeah, she was.
The men too. Who was that rapper they showed? When he got his chin done, I didn't even realize it. They showed a picture he had like a slope chin, and then they showed him like this, and he got like his chin tilted. I was like, oh, he really did. I don't know his name. He's like a New York rapper. When they were crowning Funk Flex, they showed all the men that have had like selective surgeries that you wouldn't really know, because we don't look at men like, oh, he had this or had this taken out. But a woman, we'd be like, she had her butt done, she got a breast lift, she got her lip done. But with guys, like,
you talking about Supa?
No, yeah, I'm using in reference, but with guys, because when guys get plastic surgery, you can't clock it as much as you can see on women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's the same.
I still want to know what happened to her when she got sick and lost all that doggone weight. I still want to know what happened.
They said she got the whole body lift.
Gastric bypass surgery.
No, she started having seizures and stuff.
Yeah, but
she lost her memory.
I forgot the name of it, but I did have a patient. I gotta look it up again. But I did have a patient that had that before. And it does cause memory loss. What she's talking about, I have to look it up again though. But
is it a long time disease or is it temporary or something?
I see that part. I don't know really a lot about it because that patient wasn't with me long. But I do remember it does cause memory loss. It caused long time, like certain stuff that you think you should remember, you're not gonna remember it. Now, I do believe something medically happened to her. I do.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe it, because one of the alleged theories was that she had
that could have happened too. Yep, that could have happened.
They say she had gastric bypass surgery, and that's how she lost the weight. But she played it off like she was sick, having seizures and losing her memory and stuff.
I don't think people. This is why you don't play on social media like that, because you came to all this money. You have this disability. You're telling all your business. We already know these motherfuckers rush into people's houses and shoot them. I think you want to use a little bit more tact and some class, and like, you know what I'm saying, keep it a little bit silent. You know what I'm saying? Not to be rude, but you sickly motherfuckers like the wheelchair dude. Y'all keep your asses off the motherfucking internet, because you ain't in no position to fight nobody. If they come up and want to take advantage of you. You done told them where you live at, where you're going, and who you be with. So you just told the whole fucking secret, bitch. And that's dangerous.
Well, hopefully things work out with her in this new relationship that she's in, and this nigga don't take advantage of her, because she got, not only does she got a son, but she got the little baby girl Leah, and that little girl of hers is so doggone cute.
Ain't she cute?
She looks like a little baby doll. Her baby is so beautiful. But hopefully everything works out in her favor.
Yes, and God bless her. Let's put one up for her, for real.
God bless her. We're going to put it up in the air for her. Yeah, next we're going to get into Andre Marhold. He is the ex-boyfriend of Jeffree Starr. Now, Andre did an interview with Jason Lee on Hollywood Unlocked, and, you know, he talked about his relationship with Jeffree Starr. And one of the things that he talked about, Jason Lee asked him, was, do you think that women have the right to know? Because before Jason asked him that, you know, he was saying that his ex, his baby's mother, did not know that he, you know, she found out actually online that he was with Jeffree Starr. She had no idea that he was, you know, bi-curious, that he was into men and any of that. And like I said, she found out online. Now, Jason asked him, do you feel like women have the right, or do you feel like she had the right to know that you had these, you know, these feelings and you have been wanting to experiment? And do you feel that, you know, women have the right to know things? And he straight up said no. He feels like women doesn't have the right to know that, not unless they can handle it. He says that women can't handle certain truths and things like that. And so because of that, women don't have the right to know if a man is interested in another man, if a man has had sex with another man. That's not none of their business. Now, my whole goddamn thing is, when did we get to a point in a relationship that I have to ask you, have you ever had sex with a man before?
I want to know. Who is you? Who are you? I should say.
I was thinking the same thing. Auntie Momo just said. I was like,
I need to know. That is something that I need to make a decision on. You can't make that decision for me. Right. Who are you to make that decision for me? Maybe I don't want. Maybe I said I would never sleep with a man that's been with a man. And how you gonna make me do that? You're gonna make me do that? Who are you?
You have no right to do that.
Just like right. The fact of the whole act is just give me the respect to tell me so I can make that decision as to if I want to continue with the situation.
Yeah.
I think the lack of respect is that men fetishize about women being together, unlike women don't fetishize about two men being together. You know what I'm saying? So that's like private, because if you were to, okay, I'm gonna use Sunshine as an example. If you were to tell your partner that you were with a woman, you know what I'm saying? He'll look at you like, I know that, you know what I'm saying? But he wouldn't be this is my opinion, more aggressive than a man telling his girl, yeah, I be fucking with dudes. The guy would be like, oh, how was it?
The respect of knowing whether it's a man or a woman.
Right.
Very much so.
Respect to know.
Yeah. You should tell regardless of what.
Yeah, it's a shame. And I think, guys, women should ask the question hard, for real.
Well, apparently now we gotta ask that question.
We've never had
that problem.
No offense, everybody.
At one point in time,
you're right, Momo.
At one point in time, is that now a question that you have to ask? Normally, do you have kids? Have you ever been married before? Hell, how many people have you had? How many STDs have you had before? Not. Have you ever slept with a man before?
But you know
that's
what?
not a requirement
so
that you have to ask before you go into a relationship. That shit is crazy.
Yeah,
it is. It really is.
Adding transgender to the demographic stuff now. I mean, it's a question. It's 2020, 2021. ain't nothing to surprise no more. So yeah, it has to be a topic of conversation now.
Yep.
And he says it was just experimental with him and Jeffree Starr. He says that he had
That's more, but that ain't the first one though.
He said that he had never been with the man prior to that. Now
no disrespect. Then how do you go that way? How do you go that direction? How do you go that direction? If you wanted to have an idea to be with the man, you want to go directly to that extreme situation.
I like Vince. Vince.
Wait, question for the ladies: can y'all date a bi man or a man who says he's changing into transgender?
Nah, I couldn't.
My thing, honestly, I couldn't date a bi man because I can't compete with another man. I'm sorry. Now, a bitch, but I can give you that good. Yeah, he can give you the pipe. I can't give you the pipe like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't want to play with a fake pipe. I'm just saying I don't want to be too graphic. But no. And then if he says he's changing transgender, that's a whole nother goddamn ball game right there. Like, I feel like with the whole Caitlyn Jenner thing and Kris Jenner, you've been knowing this whole doggone time what you truly felt that you were in your heart. You felt that and you've known that, but you continue to be in a relationship with me and didn't say anything, didn't give me the option of wanting to go through this journey with you or wanting to walk away from it. And now you decide that you want to change your life completely and I'm supposed to be okay with it. Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
It don't work like that.
I agree.
No.
Yeah.
No way that I can I would be able to date someone transitioning.
No.
I'm gonna be the opposite sex. I have a preference. It is what it is, you know, and I respect those that have a different preference than me. But I really, really enjoy being with a man. Most importantly, my husband, but definitely. And I'm talking about like a full-blown man. Like my husband works out and he got muscles and like he shit like that. I need that. I can't do anything with somebody that want to wear my dress.
I was having difficult. I had to start this computer over. I was like, the whole screen was freezing. So I was like, let me start this over because it's looking crazy.
Regarding transgender, would it matter if he has sex change or now all transgender don't have the actual surgery? Well, this is the thing. If you've been in a relationship with someone for so many years, and then all of a sudden they tell you, baby, I love you, but now I want to completely change who I am, I'm not going to be okay with that. No, absolutely.
What about needing to be wanted?
What?
No, I think Kris Jenner and that what's his face, Bruce Jenner, they probably had a deal when they were dealing because she took that far too well to be with somebody that was really in a relationship.
I agree.
Had no
she knew because you know he.
But she also saw a paycheck too, though, y'all.
And she had a side
piece. Kim said she walked in a few times with him dressing up in women's clothes. And
Hey, Diamond. Now she had said that the man had already had a facelift, a botched facelift in the 80s. He had already gone through the process where he was going to start hormones. So Kris knew.
But that's why we had her side piece. Kris always had a side piece.
Y'all know she was fucking OJ, Robert Shapiro. She was fucking all of them lawyers.
She always had a side piece.
But you know, whole Cleveland Browns and all of them, child, everybody.
To answer Vincent a little bit more, as a woman, and I'm going to assume that most of the women on the panel will agree, but as a woman, we need certain things. I need for my husband to look at me with desire. And if he's desiring a man, then I don't care what I do. You know, I literally got pants and clothing that I wear just so my husband will give me that look that I need. I need it. I need to feel like a woman. I need to feel desired and wanted. And if he's wanting a whole nother sex, it ain't nothing I could do with that.
Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes
look like a
people,
man. So exactly.
sometimes people get pushed into these social norms where they hide themselves for the betterment of everybody else. Who's to say that this person didn't know that they were going to be transgender? They wanted to be, they had a desire to be a male or a woman, but they had to go by their parents' rules, the church's rules, and how society looks at them. So they put themselves in these situations where they end up marrying, let's say, women, and they're really down low, you know what I'm saying? And they end up breaking up a home, you know, and then when you want to come out when you're a little bit older, you end up ruining somebody's life in a way, you know. But some people understand, especially like women are very attentive. Like you could be like, what this little zesty motherfucker over here doing? You know what I'm saying? And so you'll start asking questions and looking up for shit. You know, that's why the episode that we had before, how they tell women to think like a man and act like a woman. No, I reverse that. Think like a woman and act like a man, because women be looking at shit that you don't really see from the side of your eyes. And I think like if you're in a long-term relationship, like an 18-year, even a 10-year relationship, you'd be like, yeah, is he cheating on me, or did I just find a slip that ain't mine? So somebody will have some explaining to do.
And Vincent, I knew you were gonna get it. I knew you were gonna ask that next question as well. What if he says I'm not gay, but I wanna be a woman, but I want us to stay together? No, because that's not who I married.
No,
absolutely not. No.
And that's what Bruce Jenner did. That's exactly what Bruce Jenner did. Isn't he still sleeping with women? Well, isn't she still sleeping with women as a heterosexual?
But she is sleeping with some transgender women, though.
Right.
Yeah.
She had a couple of transgender girlfriends. So
I don't understand all of that stuff where it's like that's too much. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I understand people gotta like live in their truth or whatever stuff, but what is the point of going through the process to be a woman, right? To go with somebody else that went through the process to be a woman. Ideally, you're still it's too confusing. You dealing with a man still ideally. It doesn't make sense. It's just like, not trying to be funny, some lesbians that are manly that use strap-ons. I don't understand that, because if that's the case that I'm gonna be a lesbian, I want a girl. I don't want nothing to do with a penis, whether it's plastic or real. You get what I'm saying? I don't understand that. It's a waste of time where I could go get a whole man that already has that on him, instead of going with a woman. I know she a woman, she got boobs like me, but then she's using something phallus. I don't understand.
You know what? We all have those things, and I'm gonna bounce off of Cola. Just me as a queer black man in America. You know what I'm saying? I had an associate that chose to become transgender. So I respected that. You know what I'm saying? But in my eyes, if you're gonna become a woman, why not become the greatest woman you can be? You know what I'm saying? And vice versa for a woman transitioning to a man, because the road that he went on was doing that street shit, prostituting and things like that. And I can't connect with you even if you were straight, gay, transgender, a bunny rabbit. That's not my life, and I don't want that around me, especially if we grew up together, you know. But just as you're saying, it's like everybody's not aware of the processes, even like I said, myself or the heterosexual people, you know. So it's kind of like a gobsmack when you be like, oh, that's what you're gonna do? I mean, come the fuck on. You still gonna date women? What's the use? You might as well keep peeing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know? And then you're gonna become a woman to become a prostitute. What the fuck is this?
But see, Vincent, this is the thing though. How can, because I see you responded back to my response by saying, really? Absolutely. What sense? I mean, to me personally, like me and my husband, this February will be 14 years that we have been together. Well, I take that back. No, it'll be 10 years that we have been married, and May will be 14 years that we've been together. Now, this whole time that we have been together, I'm not going to be okay if my husband comes to me and was like, all right, look, baby, I love you, but I just want to let you know I'm tired of being a nigga. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these little hormones or whatnot. I'm gonna go and turn into a female. I'm gonna go and get these titties and get these lace fronts and all this and that stuff. I just need you to be cool with it, because I'm still gonna be here and I still want to love you and I want us to be together. But I'm gonna live as a woman though, and you gotta be okay with that. Now,
So you're gonna make me be a lesbian? You're gonna force me to be a lesbian?
Right, exactly.
Did you just say that?
That's what it is.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna force me to be
and I'm not gonna be all right with that.
Yeah, no.
But what if that person doesn't identify as a woman, so they still consider themselves, because they have the genitalia, so they're not looking at it from your perspective?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but you don't look at me like a woman no more. You look at yourself like a woman. What about me?
Exactly.
I still need you to look at me.
I don't want to do underwear shopping with you. I don't want to share tops and whatnot. I don't want to do that shit. Because I'd have been a lesbian. Exactly.
With the matching two-piece on?
That's what I'm saying.
Let me borrow your wig, Mom.
And in this household, it's my husband and my son. It's only room for one bitch in this house, and that's me. That's it. That part. Ain't no now another ones coming up in here. I got my stepdaughter, don't get me wrong, you know, all of that, but that's different. You know what I'm saying? That's what people what I'm saying is
I would feel betrayed, because it's like, if we
agree.
You can't stay on the same roof though. It's like a whole lie. Like, you've been living a whole fucking lie. Like, you be looking at me and thinking of other shit probably. Like, you understand? Or maybe you might have wanted a buzz cut. Right. And you want me to get a buzz cut because it's sexy, but you really just want me to have a buzz cut. Right. Like a dude. You understand?
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. You know what the thing is? What if some men that we see that have transitioned in what we just spoken about, what if they actually sat their wives down and was like, look, you know, we got to get these kids off to college, but let's let you know that I've always wanted to be a woman. So as soon as the kids go off to college, but I think that may help them the dialogue, because you know it's more of these people that they stay around. It's not these people. It's these people that, you know, actually sit down and have the conversation. So they go with it, because it was a Lifetime movie about the same scenario we're talking about.
I feel like this. If it's with that scenario, like, let's sit down and send the kids to college. You understand? We done bought this house together, whatnot. I feel like you can stay there as my friend, but we ain't doing nothing no more. Like, I'm gonna be going to see other people. You live your life. You don't bring nobody here. I won't bring nobody here. But we're not gonna be acting like we in this marriage thing and going out in the street and we both got high and whatnot. Like, I was sticking out so much for the bills and stuff. You understand? But we're not
for the transition out the marriage that you done spent such a long time in. You know what I'm saying?
So it doesn't have to get so messy. You get what I'm saying? Like, we gotta spend all this up. Let's just ride that little time out. Hopefully, when you decided you wanted to be a girl, I only had 2 years left with you or something. You hopefully didn't decide in the beginning of nothing. I gotta sit and look at your face, and then, not trying to be funny, it would make me feel some type of
look at your face, damn.
Yeah, it would make me feel some type of way towards myself. Like, if I was with a dude, right, and he was just totally a dude, and then one day decided he wants to be a girl, I would think it's something wrong with me. So now you give it.
Yeah. I'm not
saying your ass would be in therapy. You understand me? I'm
not okay with that. I can't live in the same house with you.
That way. I would think I was a horrible person or something. Like, what did I do so wrong that made you not even want to be a man no more? Was I talking crazy to you? What happened?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be okay with it, period. I don't feel like I could live in the same household with you, because I know me, from my own mental and emotional state, I feel like it would be a divorce, and I need you to go and live your life, the life that you want to live, and I'm going to live my life and the life that I want to live. And I would feel betrayed. I would feel hurt, because this is not what the hell I signed up for.
It's not. When I was in my 20s, I was briefly dating this guy, and he was just like regular, just ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? He was like in a fraternity. You know what I'm saying? He was tall. He was just like regular. You know what I'm saying? One day I'm sitting at the house, and my best friend calls me, and he was like, "You won't believe what's going on right now." I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Bleep is in the club twerking," and I was like, "What?" And I was like, "What do you mean? That nigga don't twerk? I have never seen him twerk." He in the club with his other gay friends, and this turned into this big old fairy. And people that we knew, I'm like, it's a shock, and it turned me off so much, you know, because like I say, to each his own, but that's not what I'm going for. You know what I'm saying? I was like, as handsome as he was, you know what I'm saying? He was educated and shit. I was like, No, anxiety attack. I was like, I had to cut that shit off real quick because that's not my cup of tea. It's just, I'm using this for instance, as if your husband was you. Like, you discovered that, it's like, that's a turn off. That's a big zero. It's a no. It's a hard no.
Yeah.
And then see, to answer your question, why would it make you feel? It would make me feel some kind of way. That's just me. God damn it would make me feel some sort of way, like I didn't do something right.
Because like you said, you're the queen bee of the house. We don't need another. Exactly. This ain't no motherfucking no. We ain't sharing. No, it's only one. No. So that you said it. You do know.
And what about what I want? You know what I'm saying? Like when you get married or when you enter into a relationship with somebody, you see what you see off the bat. Me being, I've been with my husband, it'll be 16. It's been 16 years this year, married 13. That's too long. If he was to come to me and say some stuff like that, what about how I feel? I get it.
Exactly.
I'm living their truth. And if they feel like this is what they need to do, I understand that. But after a certain amount of time, I got feelings too. I'm a human being. And I do certain things, and you can't make me want to be with you because this is what you want to do.
Yep.
Exactly.
Because all that's
kind of selfish.
You can't make nobody do nothing they don't want to do. If I don't want to be with you because of your choices, that's my choice.
Absolutely my choice. My choice.
And then I feel like they have some sort of inkling that they have these feelings. Not even an inkling. You knew about these feelings before you started dealing with somebody. You knew that maybe when you was a kid, you wanted to play with your mother's shoes. You knew this ain't new. You didn't wake up one day and was like, you know what? I don't want to be a man no more. I think I want to wear Victoria's Secret. You did. That's not how it worked. So you had a heads up before I did. So to have just be a person in the midst of shit and then be like, well, this is what I want to do because I'm living my truth and I'm unhappy like this. Listen, what that got to do with me? Like, you should have went and found somebody else, or at least been honest up front. I know it's hard for a lot of people. It'll save everyone a whole lot of headache at the end. Where if you like someone, to just let them know. One, I like wearing bras and panties.
Why are you so bright with
color? My husband never look good in Victoria's Secret. And it's nothing to do to make him in Victoria's Secret.
I like lady first. Let me know. I have a choice. I want to deal with you. Don't let me think that you some man dude, and then I'm all in love with this person, and then now you coming walking out the bathroom like, how do I look? No, I don't know.
We don't have a problem.
And then you want me to give you some? Are you serious?
That's shocking.
That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. No,
that's shocking.
You have to go find someone that's accepting of that. Everybody is not accepting of that. And it just is what it is.
Yeah.
But you can't intrude on somebody's body like that.
No, he should. He should be honest from day one. That's all I'm saying, because that's not fair to the person that had their investment in a person that they think is someone else's. You get what I'm saying? Like people with the enemy, and that's not cool. You understand? Trust in a relationship, in any type of relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's, you understand, a marriage, whether whatever is the key to anything. So if I can't trust you, I cannot have you around me. That's a violation of the trust is the worst thing anybody can do with me. Exactly. You can call me a bitch or something like that or whatever, like the worst shit in the world. But if I put my trust and faith in you as a person, and then it's all been a lie, I'm gonna want to kill you. Like, you got to go. Like, we can't be in the same room.
Yeah. It's like if you were a thief, you can't even come to my house if you were a known thief. I'm not even in a car with you. You're known to be a thief. There's no relation. We're not. No, it's hi. I see you. Have a good. How's your mama? Like, bye.
Stealing people's feelings. If you felt this way from jump, and you the person you know, the significant other person you messing with don't know what's in your brain. They don't know your childhood details and stuff like that. They don't know that. So that's up to you to let them know, so that they could be like, you know what, I want to do X, Y, and Z. It's just like with heterosexual relationships, where how a dude will have a wife and he go out and cheat, but don't tell the girl that he got a whole family and everything like that. She get all invested thinking she's somebody special, and then all of a sudden the cards fall down. It's the same thing. When you should have went to that chick like, listen, I got a wife, and so what's up? And if they was down, they'd be
Wait.
down. If they let them move
Y'all
on.
know
But
a
don't let
large percentages of black men do not know how to express their emotions. Not all of them. So they like that cheating shit. So they cheat for the lust, you know, not for the intimacy.
But they
Have
can't
a
keep
whole
using that
home.
as no excuse. Get over it.
I was gonna say that, baby sis. You better get over it. You gotta at
Yeah.
some point. At some
you
point, we
gotta
gotta
grow
stop
up.
giving them that excuse. Grown
Yeah.
men
You
are
gotta
grown
grow up.
men. You gotta
You
grow
right.
up and see what's on your
Right.
mind. As a matter of fact, I don't want a man that won't tell me what's on his mind and how he really feels.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm so tired of men sitting up here using
That is a
excuses.
very
Well,
valid
I
point
don't
right
know how
there.
to express myself. I don't know how to. Hell, we didn't know how to take care of baby. We didn't know how to push out a goddamn baby. We
Say
didn't know how
that.
to.
Yes.
We
Household,
figured
we
it out.
learned.
Exactly.
We did the shit. We put our big girl panties on and dealt with the shit. Do the same thing.
And figured it out along the way.
Figure it out.
And I'm big on communication. That's the thing. I can't deal with nobody. That's not trying to be funny. It's probably a blessing with my husband because my husband's been my friend for 16 years. Now I know funny stuff. You know how like some people be like they bro and sis and be doing other little stuff. It never was that until like when we decided we wanted to be together. But it's like he knows the worst to me. I know the worst to him. You understand? But like if he couldn't talk to me about something, like I would feel totally violated. I don't want no secrets because we supposed to be it's us against the world. So I'm supposed to know everything what it is. I need to know so that I can help you adjust or you can help me adjust. I can't walk out to the field of whatever and then somebody like, oh, did you know? That's the worst thing. When people, even if you're my friend, and somebody say, well, did you know X, Y, and Z? I don't play that stuff. I want to know before I can say anything to me.
Yeah,
And that's so embarrassing if that happens.
In my household my relationship. I always live by
But I'm gonna have a problem. Me and you gonna have a big ass problem. If somebody else come and lets me know about what's going on in my doggone house.
Right. And they come and tell me.
It's going
sometimes we could be selfish too, but sometimes men can be selfish too because they feel like they the man and it's supposed to be their way.
Right. You right about that. That's why, kind of sort to get back on the whole Andre Marhold thing. His thing was he felt like he didn't need to say nothing to his baby mama because he felt like she couldn't handle it. Like he said that she actually moved back to France, took the baby and went back to France because he felt like she couldn't handle it. But you shouldn't feel so much like you the man that you can make the decision for her on how she should feel on your goddamn transgressions. And then on top of that, she found out on fucking social media. You didn't even tell her. Jeffree Starr didn't even call you and be like, oh, bitch, I'm in the bed with your man. None of that. She found out when we found out.
She found out, the world found out, and that's a super violation. But I'm so proud of her that she ain't slit this nigga throat because it's like you just embarrassed for the world. You didn't have enough respect for me or for our friendship or whatever it was you thought that we had to tell me in private before you decide to come on the beach with this dude. You didn't care nothing about me. You didn't care. I basically probably was a bed and didn't know it. You didn't care anything about me as a person. You said F me. It's about my happiness. I don't care who I step on. I don't care who's embarrassed. I'm gonna get my holy life with Jeffree Starr and F you. That's what you said to her when you did it like that. No respect, no proof, no nothing. Like
you know what? It's one thing for your man to order your dinner or order your drink for you or just a little random stuff. But to decide for me who I'm sleeping with, who I'm giving my body to, is a whole other story. You do
Some
not.
men don't even practice chivalry no more. They don't do shit like that.
Yeah, hell no.
What I'm saying is that's different than you picking who I sleep with. You gonna make me sleep with you, and you're doing something that is against what I want. That's not what I want. I don't want to be with somebody who wants to be with the same sex. So yeah, you could pick my steak and how I'm gonna eat, what I'm gonna eat for dinner, but you're not gonna pick who I'm sleeping with. That's not gonna work.
That's my choice, my body. That's what you heard.
And you know what, Christy? That's why it's up to us as parents to be there and to educate and to teach our boys that it is okay to be vulnerable. It is okay to open up and express how you feel so that you don't have assholes like Andre Marhold who think that it ain't a goddamn thing. Like I can go do what the hell I want to do and I ain't got to say nothing to nobody. But you know what? You have every right to do that. But when it comes to something as sacred as a relationship and having intimacy with somebody and your baby mama thinking that y'all are together and y'all are in a relationship, fuck it being another woman. This is another man, and I'm sorry, it's a totally different thing.
And why do these people get on national TV knowing that they're doing these things?
That's the perfect
and it's
point.
Unfolding.
You cannot compete because I'm gonna tell you, like when I was younger and I was dealing with whole bags, I didn't stay with them so much because it was so I was in love with them. I'm gonna work it out. We gonna make it through the end. Fuck these bitches. I just wanted to win. It's a fucked up ass.
Yes.
I was like, listen, I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna beat you, bitch. You want to?
You're right.
And then they would stay, and I would go about my merry way. Where it was like, now I can leave because now I showed the both of you people what time it was. But a nigga, I can't compete with that. I don't have a penis. No. I don't have pheromones or whatever. I don't got none of that.
Yeah.
And he don't want you that way. That man don't want you that way. He want the other guy that way. So I mean, you fighting a losing battle. You fighting a losing battle. You're not gonna win that.
Yeah, I got tatas. They don't like. You know what I'm saying?
And a man or woman cheating, just like Carla said, I can compete with another bitch and have it's just a difference with a female. With another man, a woman can't compete with another man. It's like
and then I don't even want to because then it's like I'm supposed to go buy a strap on or something. Like I don't even want to compete with the man. Like, what you want? Like I can't compete with that
miserably, baby. I can't get to pumping in all of that. I'm gonna get tired. No, it's gonna be too much. It's too much. I don't want to learn nothing like that. It's too much.
So you
choose. Like when do you have that conversation with your wife that you want her to strap up and hop on your back? Like when over at steak dinner?
Have that conversation because the next
is it on Sunday?
Where you going next?
Will it be during lunchtime?
No, I'm sorry. I'm into some freaky shit, but that's just too far.
Yeah, that's something close. That's
too far.
It's like Sandy has something to tell you.
Put a finger in your butt, let alone a strap on. I don't want to mess with nothing that has to do with your anus, brother.
I'm saying. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm a freak, but I can't freak that way. I'm sorry. I can't.
So funny.
My freak number don't go up that high. It's the elevator stops at a certain level. I'm just gonna say
exactly.
I'm just gonna say it is what it is.
It's the anus and don't pass go, and that's it. And they say the men's G spot is supposed to be in their anus, but my husband will never know because I'm not sticking my finger in there. I'm not asking him, do he want to try? I don't give a good
goddamn. You don't have to Google that shit. You don't have to Google that because I'm not gonna help you find that out. You're gonna have to Google that.
Not Google it.
I can't help you find out that shit there, bro. I'm sorry.
You better go get a Webster's dictionary.
But you know what, Tyler Perry, I love me some Tyler Perry, but I'm gonna keep it real with you, Tyler Perry. If you ever see this, I'm just gonna say this because you know what I'm saying. I'm your auntie. Come on out the closet, baby. It's okay. We still love you and we respect you and we still gonna watch every Madea movie that you got out there. But come on out the closet, Tyler. We know.
I don't get this time either though, because not trying to be funny, the gays is winning. They've been winning for a while.
What the fuck? How?
No, burning, they've been winning. Shit.
Y'all winning in fashion. Y'all in the movie. Y'all doing it. You understand? Where it's like it's cool. It's cool now. It's not like it's the 80s or the 90s or whatever. Something like that.
It's accepted now. It's accepted. It's okay.
It's a good time. Because I watch
women are advancing too with that. Women are advancing too. Look at the difference. The seats in the White House, all the governors and all the type of shit. Women are still breaking first time boundaries right now. So with that, I would say,
being able to be honest in relationships, because we breaking boundaries, but we can still be honest with our boundaries that we breaking. Y'all breaking enough boundaries that people can be proud if they're gay.
Yeah,
That's
they
what I'm
don't
trying
have to be down low. They don't have to feel like they gotta be down low.
Down low
Very
no
much
more.
so.
That's what
Very
I'm
much
saying.
so.
That should have been abolished. There should be no more of that. You hear that? No more down low.
Say it loud, nigga. You gave me
But
down.
it is a lot of down low brothers, though. It is.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell y'all
they
that
just need
B,
to abolish the
that
whole
B
behavior.
group, that B app,
Who?
that BIGO app.
Oh,
A
yeah.
lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot
It's
of
the devil, child. When I tell you that damn app right there is the devil. Between the bouncing Tatianas all up in there, child. I done seen a whole heaping of hell up on the
I was on here
goddamn.
just fucking on a what you call it, an oxtail bone, hoping I get some beans. I'm like, ooh, let me do something.
You get some beans?
Oxtail bone, bitch, you was
Nigga, come on.
Sunshine.
Did you get some extra beans?
No.
What are you doing?
No, they're like, no, get out of here. This ain't even really you, girl. Bye, bitch. Go bounce with the ball. That's we don't the tatas is not out. This is cleavage. You got that boring ass shirt on, so we don't want to see that.
That girl say sucking on the oxtail bone, bitch. I am done. I am done.
No, you gotta put a tank top out. You see what you should have did. Let me tell you what you should have did. You should have put a tank top on. You should have got that bouncy ball. You should have been eating oxtails while you was eating oxtails.
What in the Bernie Mac freaky shit is going on here? What? Shit, don't let your husband find out. Y'all gonna have problems.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, bro. I'm gonna be up here next week on the Queen's panel, like, oh my God.
Carla's gonna be like, well, I got a tank top on. I don't give a fuck. The bouncing is what the problem is. Why you bouncing?
Because I ran that by him. I did run it by him. I said, listen, babe, I got all my clothes on. You on the little ball bouncing and stuff and like that. He was like, yeah, Tata's gonna be bouncing too on the ball. Like they can see, are you gonna like from the neck up bouncing on the ball? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be all like this and with the cleavage and stuff. He said, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Hey, you got him effed up. You got him effed up.
He said no,
all the way.
You better put on a damn sweatsuit and put a baseball hat on too.
Yes.
And the black community is bad.
It
when
is.
It comes to,
Yep,
especially the church community. The church community.
Girl, yes.
It's unfortunate, but
that's the thing I don't understand with the church community because they don't say nothing in the Bible about gayness. It doesn't say nothing about people being gay. So it's like there's people interpreting the Bible. This is the thing, and I'm sorry to get off topic, but the Bible is a good book, but it's also used a lot by the wrong people as scare tactics.
Yes, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
Oh yeah.
Matter of fact, you know what? Let's get on into it. We can piggyback off of that. The last thing that I wanted to talk about was Jamal Bryant, Pastor Jamal Bryant. Y'all know he's the ex-husband of Giselle Bryant from the Real Housewives of Potomac. Like I was saying earlier, Monique Samuels was on the reunion. She put out this whole binder where she read Giselle for fucking filth because Giselle is basically trying to portray that her and Jamal Bryant are actually in a relationship, which Jamal did not confirm nor deny in this whole holy clapback that he did when he bought the cash register. You know what I'm saying? He said to Monique, if you gonna bring receipts, you can't bring receipts. Bitch, when I got the cash register, I ain't gonna lie, I thought that was a whole kiki right there. I was like, all right, yeah. Hallelujah. You better goddamn read her ass. But what he did was he basically used the Bible and certain scriptures and things like that to sort of try to clap back at her, and he never really addressed anything. And he didn't even really come at Monique. He basically came at the woman who gave Monique the receipts.
Yeah.
When he was doing his clapback, he was like, if you go, you know, bring receipts. He was respectful. Yes, he did. And like I said, he did read the woman down a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I will give him that. He did read her down in a holy way. But at the same time, that motherfucker did not confirm nor deny if him and Giselle's relationship was for real or if they was just on there just, you know, for the money, for the shits and giggles of it. And then he didn't confirm or deny whether or not he was really actually dating this woman who was actually a pastor of a church, her doggone self. But they both.
New York chick.
You say what?
That was the New York chick.
I think so.
Okay.
That's supposed to be the one that you know what I'm saying, had the receipts that Monique had brought out to the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. Now, from that, I kind of want to lead into tonight's Real Talk topic, and that's how people sort of use the Bible and how they use the Word of God and how they try to use God as a weapon to you know, too strong for most and God too strong for most. You can't use God to sick on people like he's a dog to fight against your enemies and think that that's okay.
You know what? It's Sir Neil and
Wait, I got something to say for real. No, for real.
That says basically Jesus calls people like that a liar. Like basically, if you don't live what you're preaching to people, basically, you're a liar, and I say that you're a liar. And I gotta Google it or whatever stuff because like my sister's a pastor. You understand? So like me and her like be night and day. So unfortunately for me, when I was younger, no for real. When I was younger, but no,
listen. How is a hypocritical?
Stuff. But I don't really know. Like, you get what I'm saying? I don't know the verbatim. Like, when she used to try and come at me with certain stuff, you know, I would come back like, yeah, girl, I know this too. Like, what about this? You understand? It's just like how in the Bible, we always tell our kids, all that spare the rod and spoil the child and honor our mother and honor our father. Right. That's the main thing parents tell children. But people don't understand in Leviticus, that's a whole, I believe it's Leviticus, is a whole thing dedicated to children on how parents are supposed to treat children. So believe it or not, you're supposed to treat your children better than they treat you. They're not supposed to disrespect you, but you're not supposed to provoke them either.
You're not supposed to provoke them.
You're not supposed to provoke them. Yeah,
right.
I don't understand how Mr. Bryant, how Jamal had the audacity to get on national TV, knowing that the rumor mill for years has been that he's had babies on his ex-wife, still having babies with multiple women, and he's getting defended, jumping into a.
I was gonna say Mizzle will be here in just a few minutes, y'all, because Mizzle wanted to get in.
Oh yeah, this is Mizzle. Okay,
but he is human. Just because he's human.
He's still
all make mistakes. Yeah. So just because what people I believe personally, what people get wrong with the church thing is that they believe because they serve God, they don't make mistakes. No.
Right.
Everybody makes mistakes, but it's just do you learn from your mistakes or you gonna continue to make them same mistakes?
Yeah. Right. Like you keep going and you're a pastor or reverend or whatever. I don't believe that shit the second time. The first time we human, you got the flesh, we did it. You said sorry, you repented. You did that shit 2, 3, 4 more times. I can't with you. I can't.
Exactly.
You just use the Bible as an excuse. You didn't learn shit. Hey, Mizzle.
Hey, Mizzle.
Mizzle, give us your thoughts on this because you did a video reaction actually to this whole Jamal Bryant situation, as well as you did the review on the Housewives of Potomac when Monique brought out her receipt books. What are your whole thoughts on that? Because you notice, like I said, Jamal didn't confirm or deny that he was talking with homegirl. And what really gives him the right to try to come back and use the Bible and scriptures and the Word of God to basically try to use them to come at Monique and the homegirl? Well, nigga, you was in the wrong too. So
and wasn't thinking about the Bible when he was in the wrong. He wasn't thinking about that Bible then.
No, he wasn't thinking about that Bible then. No.
So the whole thing about that, I'm going to address the little backstory to how they got to that point when Jamal Bryant responded to Monique. All right, so the whole thing in Potomac, Monique had a situation 2 years ago that was a rumor that's spread about her family. So the real culprit was the ex-best friend Gigi, who's not on the show. So throughout this whole time, Monique knew who's the real culprit is, and probably Sharice probably spread it out, and Giselle. Those are the three main people, right? She came after Clay and Candace of the season, and that's a whole little thing. That's what the Candace. That was a deflection for that. So she's angry. She's angry. She pissed off that these people spreading rumors and stuff like that. But the person she can't come after is not on the show, so she had to go after Giselle. My thing is, if Giselle's the person who was who did spread it on the second episode of the season, that the trainer rumor, all that stuff on the episode. If I'm going to read you, I'm going to read you directly. My problem is that she went over Giselle and brought Jamal into the situation, and Jamal has been part of the show like that and haven't been talking about the girls. He never met Monique. He never talked to her. He don't talk about any of the women in the show. He only been in the show talk about his girls, Giselle, and himself.
Right.
So why you go after Jamal and brought somebody in, and now it's create a messier situation because he's bought into it. He's been innocent. And she also did the same thing with Kendall, when bringing Kendall to go after Sherman. That got Giselle like that. So since that happened, Monique started that, and then Giselle came back, and now Monique coming back. So this tick for tack is getting crazy now.
Yeah.
It's like Jamal was collateral damage.
It's collateral.
Yeah.
Right.
That story, how it happened. Now people saying that he should not respond because he's a pastor. Well, I said, like y'all said,
he cheated on his wife again.
Because he's a human. That's the end of the story. He's human. He will respond.
I want some whatever it is.
And he wasn't part of the drama. Why is he bringing him into it? So he should respond back. Now, I do agree. He didn't confirm or deny the particular text that Monique was talking about. But let me tell y'all this. A lot of people didn't believe their relationship was real anyway in the show. They didn't believe it was good and all that stuff. So no matter if he did confirm it, they will not believe him anyway because they automatically believe Monique. They automatically believe because it's like because she went to the sad story, she's going through this. They talk about this rumor. They don't like Giselle. So anybody with Giselle,
I don't like her either.
And I don't like Giselle either. So like that. But let's be fair. Why bring Camille into it? If I'm gonna read you, Giselle, you did this in my rumor, I'm gonna curse you out right in front of you. The fact that she got that time and went after Jamal, the only thing she said to Giselle that you're a fake and phony. I think that's what the word she said. And other that, so,
Jamal, that was the enemy.
I put Jamal. So now Jamal in it, and if he did say our relationship is real, people will not believe him. They will say, "Oh well, whatever. It is what it is. We don't care."
I think she brought up Jamal to bring credence to Giselle using him as a fake storyline, i.e., y'all not even together.
That's true. That's true. But at the same time, he's not part of the drama. This beef. He never said anything to them. He never talked about Monique. He never said anything to them. He haven't been. Now, because of this, he won't be back in Potomac anymore.
Yeah, he said he quit.
Yeah, he was hesitant to be in the show anyway. He was like, he only did this because Giselle was on the part of the show. Right. Now, in the fact of the text with the woman, my thing is this. I want to say this. Monique got the text from a pastor herself. So if it's wrong for him to respond because he's a pastor, what exactly been wrong for him to get the text from a pastor exactly? Why that pastor would send Monique a text about him and Jamal, her and Jamal talking back and forth, whatever it is. It's not wrong to get the message from the pastor, but it's wrong for him responding because you brought him into it.
Yeah.
So
good point.
Like, which one? You gonna be mad, and you're a Christian woman yourself. You say you're a Christian woman. So, because he a pastor, he should not say that. But you're a Christian woman, but you brought him into this situation. A mess that to be him. So, with the whole thing,
it's that social media.
Yes, that's what I say. He did a good job. He did a good job to express, but I said nobody would have believed him anyway, because his past reputation. Because his past reputation precedes him, people gonna say, "Oh," and then let me tell you the truth. That tea that Monique spilled a last minute reunion was nothing that was surprising. The only thing that was surprising was how she went at Giselle, and Giselle didn't really clap back, and she just sat there. And
she couldn't. She was stone faced. She couldn't move.
She wasn't expecting that. She wasn't ready.
New. So we said, okay, we know Jamal sleeping around. We knew he was sleeping around. We know he was a cheater. It's nothing new. Like, we don't know what he's doing now, but since he had a past reputation of being a cheater, then it's automatically be believable what she said.
But he said he wasn't cheating because they
because
he sure did. Yep.
Reputation, people gonna still believe whatever because we don't know what he's doing now. So it's his word and her word. But since everybody like Monique and she's going through this whole thing with her, the rumor spreading and she's raging and kept attacking everybody who's there, whether you are directly involved or not, it's creating a lot of damages. So it's crazy that this is happening, and he's responding. But I don't like that people say he should not respond because he's a pastor. He's a human. You tacked him. You brought him into a situation that he did not supposed to be part of.
Right.
Yeah, so whether he did a good job or not, the only thing I didn't like that he probably brought up is the CTE. Well, Chris.
That was scandalous. That was very scandalous.
Verbal aggression, and he did the live, and he did talk about if he was. I wish he was Bruce Jenner, so he could slap these females who've been talking about this thing. I said, yeah.
Who said that?
He said that. I'm alive.
He did. Pastor Gray said that. I mean, not Pastor Gray, but Pastor Bryant.
You can see Patty, but we can't determine he has CTE.
I must have missed that point.
And he's died, but you could say signs. So we don't know for sure if he has it. So you should say allegedly. That's the same thing I was telling. I think in my.
Oh, you talking about Monique's husband?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Said that I didn't like that. He should say allegedly has CTE because he doesn't know that he has CTE. Just like Monique just said.
True.
It's allegedly that he's speaking with his female because we don't know if he was
right
same time dating Giselle, whether or not he confirmed they're in a relationship, because nobody would have believed him anyway. So if he did say they was in a relationship, they would say, oh well, he's lying. It is what it is. Just dismiss that. So it doesn't matter what he said. They're just mad that he responded because he's a pastor, and then he shouldn't respond because he didn't confirm anything. I said, well, y'all would have believed him. So
he let it be known that he lives in Atlanta, but he's from Baltimore.
Yeah, that's a slight threat and everything. And I said, come on, it's a lot. Monique coming out.
Hey, that shows that.
Well, it sounds like Monique needs to worry about what's going on in her own home.
Exactly. That's the issue I have. It's like, I don't know with this rumor thing. I feel like if the rumor is not really too true, I want to put that much effort into it, and especially going after people.
Right. And especially if you got
rumor. So like
especially if you got shit going on in your own damn house. That's what people gotta.
It's true that she was messing with the woman, but her best friend Gigi has gone around talking on social media.
Yeah.
And I could sworn she got cease and desist. So I want to know what exactly in that cease and desist that make her should have been stopping, but she's still talking. So I want to know what exactly is going on. Why they're not coming after Gigi, who's been doing all this.
You know what? I think I got my main issue, I think, is with Monique in the fact that she even felt comfortable enough to say any of this stuff on live national TV. I don't care if it's the truth or not. Why would you sit up there and do that and have all these people all upset and you devastating, just so you laughing in her face, letting her know that her man was potentially out here doing some dirty shit, and you okay with telling her that on national TV in front of everybody?
I think what is Giselle went the hard aside, and when the whole thing happened with Monique and Candace, aside from Candace being in her feelings and going hard at Monique, Giselle was one of the other ones that was very vocal about, Monique is this horrible person and she's crazy and she's dangerous and I don't want to be around her and all this and the other stuff. Like Giselle was very vocal on trying to get Monique removed from the cast.
And she was a part of the original rumor that pissed Monique off about the kids being the trainers and so on and so forth.
So I'm saying if Giselle, Charisse, and Gigi is the main culprit, why you fought Candace? Because she said Candace is not part of the rumor. She said Candace had mouth.
Yeah, that's why she fought Candace said that mouth.
But Robin got on your face. It told you hit me and you didn't fight her. So it's like exactly what it is. It's mouth. Ashley had the mouth. Ashley told her that you were drunk and you drove your car to the ditch and caused a miscarriage. In words too. So, but that's what I'm saying. But with the Jamal thing, she brought him into it, and now she said, "Oh, you a pastor. You should not say none of this." It's like that. I was like, "Come on," but you got information from a pastor. So
exactly.
From you, because you go use it against Giselle, but you using it against Giselle to go after Jamal.
And the source where the information came from, I watched another interview and the person had her on live and the way she was talking was like one of those pastor snake oil salesmen. Like you couldn't get a direct answer out of her because she was like, you know this and but you speak like this. And I'm like, is this bitch really on this interview talking like that? And you know, and the Lord, and we go, and I was like, okay, so it do make sense because Jamal talks just like that, you know what I'm saying? But then the pictures they showed of her, she can dress whatever way she wants to dress, but it was very voluptuous. She was clearly turned to the side to show her assets, you know what I'm saying? She had her bad bitch gear
Yeah,
on.
I seen that.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, these, you know, I guess these are modern day pastors because it's not lining up. You know what I'm saying? You guys are talking about having an extramarital affair. You know what I'm saying? Him cheating, it's a fact, you know? So you're presenting yourself like this, but it's always in the Lord of God. And, you know, they are human, but they put themselves out there to get shit on, for real.
Yes.
They put themselves out there.
I agree. His reputation is up to season, and that's what's saying is that, yes, in that aspect, he can't be leading other people if he had this transgression.
I was just going to say that.
Yep.
But he should respond. He have every right to respond back to what Monique coming after him for because she put him into it. And that's the only aspects to it. Whether you believe him or not, whether he had this transgression, Giselle knows his dirt. She mentioned in the first season we ever saw Potomac. Cheating, pumping Ida, that's what she said. And we knew that. So it's
I'm scared what else is in a damn folder because she got everybody's name in that motherfucker.
And hopefully,
but that's a bitter bitch to have a whole folder.
Oh, and you know what? This also gives credence to that rumor where who was it? Candace was saying that Monique had some associates that were digging up dirt on them. You know what I'm saying? Like contacting people or, you know, giving other blogs the tip on rumors and stuff. So her having that whole folder, the contact with the pastor that was cheating with Jamal is proof that that rumor was, you know, in fact, she was digging up on dirt or had her people dig up on dirt.
Child. She had a whole folder.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, that she was
tripping.
She was
Y'all
digging
got
up dirt
to
the whole
ask,
time.
do y'all believe that a person can only cheat once?
No.
I don't know what a person, if they've been examples that people have cheated once and they regret that cheating and they took the female and they took them back or whatever the female did it, so they took them back and they only did that one time. But usually I was like, I'll give my example. If somebody cheat on me, I'll probably give them a chance again. But if they do it again, that's it.
Yeah.
To a cheater,
Right.
and they take an advantage that you accept them over and over again.
Right.
So if once and they learn the lesson, they could stop and they say, "Oh, like this is crazy. I should have done this." But if they did
they're abusing your forgiveness, your ability to forgive.
That's right. Yeah. And they know that you're going to forgive them, so they're going to keep on doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, sexy one.
Hey, sexy one.
Hey, sexy one.
Hey,
sexy one.
But this is the thing too. How would you feel being a member of that congregation, of either Jamal Bryant's congregation or the woman who was sending text messages? You can't come back now on Sunday and preach to me about what I need to be doing about my transgressions. When you was just out here, you know what I'm saying? And again, that goes to the real talk topic of how people try to use the Bible for stuff that they done messed up on.
Yep.
Like you can't be out here either cussing folks out, laying it low, spreading it wide, or you can't be out there doing that. And then
you can't. And another thing is, remember we were talking about why these people get on national TV and show their business? The lady from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, her brother gave a full expose about how that's the one who's married to her grandpa, her step grandpa. How she's on TV and they just came on. Everybody, her church. That's why I'm bringing her up. Is telling all her business and how she brainwashed people. Literally led a man into suicide. You know, it was a plot to marry her grandfather to get her grandmother's riches and so on and so forth. Like, why do you get on TV and these people in the church and you know people in the church gossip? So they're like, as soon as they see you on TV, they be like, oh, you so holy in this and that, we're gonna bring you down a peg. Remember when you slept with Sharon? Remember when you took the church's money? Remember we were supposed to get the door, we never got the door. Remember you are married to your step grandfather. This is kind of gross. Why they, you know?
Nothing. They pop shit
but
Monday through Saturday, and then Sunday is I'm redeemed. I'm all with the Christians and shit. Like no, you's evil still. You just evil in a nice dress today.
I believe if they were allegations,
right
yeah, if they were allegations, it would be okay. But these people are bringing out receipts, they're facts, they're cousins, they're blood. You know what I'm saying? So it's not. You can refute it. You know what I'm saying? And we can say allegedly to everything we say. But it's like when a church be talking, they be like, oh, it is true, because I was there.
So listen, I got a question. Can we really? What did Jamal really do that was bad? He's single. So what was wrong with him talking to that pastor lady?
I just feel like he portrayed from the outside looking in, being a viewer. I thought he was in a relationship with Giselle.
That's what she portrayed that they were.
That's what I seen. I seen it as being bad because you portrayed that you were in this relationship with Giselle. And then when you did do your holy clapback, you did not confirm nor deny that yes, you were. I mean, I guess you could say that he said that I was single, you know, this and the other. But was it when you were talking to this woman? When were you single? Because us looking at the housewives, you and Giselle are working shit out. So
didn't Giselle sit down with her kids? She sat down with her children several times and asked him, "How do you feel about me and your father being back together?" So that gave us the inkling that they were back together.
Giselle said that, not Jamal. So my question is, because I have been binge watching, I didn't catch it originally. I think I'm up to like episode 9. I still haven't heard him really talk much. So who portrayed that? Who portrayed that? Did Giselle portray that they were together, or did you do it too?
Yes, she did.
Yes, it's Giselle. I think she was mentioning that how Jamal's getting back together. They working it out and everything. But every time you see them together, physically together, you could tell there's no chemistry.
That's what I said. That's why I said that Giselle.
That's what I'm saying. If they come out and say it was a relationship, people are not going to believe it anyway because they will say, well, you didn't have no chemistry. The girls didn't really care about you. I think the girls don't really care because he hurt their mother. And so they protective of their mother. And
because her daughter is way smarter than she is. All jokes aside, I love her.
They were cold with it. They were like, we don't like him at all. It's a no.
With the because you're my mom and you're my dad, y'all are good together. Let's happen like most kids are. Right.
We gotta remember it's TV. I think for Giselle, it was quite salacious for her to bring her ex-husband who cheated on her with multiple women to bring him back for everybody to be under the guise that they're getting back together. That's good TV, you know what I'm saying? But it also made her look very foolish. But it's good TV. And remember, that's what Monique said, that she's got Jamal on there because she needs a storyline. She ain't doing nothing but in everybody else's business. So that's why we got that as back.
For her to bring onto the show, she should have just got her a fresh new dude because that was the wrong move. Jamal was the wrong move.
Or just been a proud single woman. Period.
The community.
Looking at that, I looked at my video.
Because maybe she couldn't just find nobody, but you're right, sis. A proud single woman would have been the move. Like I'm older and fabulous. I still look good. Like look at this, you can do it.
She should have pulled another strategy. She should have pulled another strategy.
And you single, you can't get pregnant, bitch. You better go out there and be a hoe.
I'm a hot girl.
That is fabulous. That is fine fabulous. Portraying that to the damn world, baby girl. That was your post.
Like Giselle is beautiful. She can't dress. She ain't got fashions down worth of shit. But she's a beautiful woman. Like she could be out here fabulously beautiful, bitch. I ain't finna get pregnant. Where the football players at? Where the 6-figure niggas at?
Her little boyfriend, little 25-year-old son, give him a little PS5 and whatnot. Like she keep doing it.
You know what? I think Giselle's probably is that she puts on airs.
Put your dick on live, I'll buy your PS5. Come on now.
She better get on OnlyFans and find one of them niggas scamming. Shit, that's what Jeffree Starr found that other little boy on OnlyFans.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick. How
would she even want to be with him? Like I at this point, I would be good. I would be good. I don't even understand that. Now, as far as people using the Bible is concerned, back to Monique. Because I got an issue with her getting on national TV trying to air anybody out. And I don't care who it was, just anybody like that. I think that is just foul, right?
Right.
But she had the nerve to say something like, you know, or I guess her opinion was he's a pastor, so he shouldn't be behaving in this manner.
Mm-hmm.
But what she did by airing him out is also not a good look as far as the Bible is concerned.
Absolutely.
That's not how the Bible tells you to handle your, so, you know, air quotes, brother and sister. You're supposed to love them and protect them.
Right.
You're not supposed to do anything to harm them. So you just as bad as everybody else. Why you sitting up here talking?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why.
That was a whole choo-choo train of BS.
I said earlier, Jesus said it. You don't live by the word and you speak my word, you's a liar. That's what it says. That's what Jesus says. So all those people that do that stuff, if you didn't know, you know now. Jesus thinks you a fucking liar, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
God damn.
And he not hearing your prayers. How about he not hearing your prayers when you're doing folks dirty like that? And you're doing it dirty and trying to use the Bible with it. He's not listening to you. He's not listening.
Just like you guys said, you weaponizing it. And it's not to be a weapon. You're supposed to be sharing the gospel. That's the mission right there. You're not to condemn, not to, punish.
The number one mission.
Is to spread the gospel.
I used to have a friend like that I ain't gonna say how long ago it was, but I used to have a friend like that. And she would do the same thing. Like everything was all good until, you know what I'm saying? She done got caught up in some shit, and then she want to revert back to being this whole holy, churchy girl, this, that, and the other. And it's like, girl, you forgot I know you. So I know the whole shit that you do, because I was there with you when you did the whole shit. So you can't now try to flip it and pretend like you just this holy person and expect people to believe that you this holy person that you are, especially when niggas know you in real life.
Yeah, we got the evidence. I got the pictures.
Doing right.
I had a friend get
I was there.
Sunday church, and I'm like, girl, why are you worried about being a little late for Sunday church? You do all this following Saturday night. Like, I don't get it. Like, you understand? Like, it wasn't just you was a sinner. Now you getting mad because you trying to be an early girl. Bye. Like, no, doesn't work that way.
You still should have had your ass at home Saturday night, baby girl.
Right, exactly. You should have been hoeing. You should have been in bed sleep so that you could get to church early, girl. Like, you
like, no. Pastors get away with maybe way more than other people in the church. Absolutely, I agree with that. Pastors get away. Hell, what was that? Pastor Eddie Long, and y'all know Eddie Long was out there laying alone, spreading the wine with the boys, and a lot of people still roll for him.
Yeah,
a lot of people still roll for him. A lot of people still ride for a lot of, because I mean, let's just, God knows my heart, and He knows that I don't mean this from a bad place, but you can find a lot of the hoes and a lot of the lies and stuff, they in the church.
Yeah.
They working.
All jokes aside, remember that reality show? A lot of them pastors and stuff, and this is not no shade, a lot of them be ex-pimps and stuff. A lot of them. They come.
Yeah, they had a dark past. Yeah.
That's how they get that money out of people. Like Creflo Dollar, you can't tell me that nigga wasn't no ex-pimp and he got a legit on the people.
Smooth in a motherfucker, baby. When I tell you Creflo Dollar is one of them smooth ass ice to an Eskimo.
Most of your congregation probably walk to church, take a cab to church, carpool to church, however they get to church to show and give their tithes and stuff, and you over here asking for a jet, baby boy. Why you need a jet? Are you gonna take the people on this jet with you wherever the hell it is you need to go to preach the word? No. So why do you need that? Be happy with a car. You understand? And a regular car, not no Bentley neither. Just some regular stuff that you need to go. Because you're supposed to be meek. You're supposed to be of the people. You're not supposed to have, like when I was a kid, I used to go to church, right? I was really cool with the pastor's daughter. Like, that was like my best friend. So like on the weekends and stuff, sometimes I would go to her house and I was always confused because I'm like, we live in the hood. You understand? My parents working job, 1 and 2 jobs. They both work. You understand? Or whatever. And her parents didn't work. You understand? or their job was being a pastor, I guess, but they wasn't doing nothing from, like I said, Monday through Saturday. They would just coming to church. So how big old house in the suburbs with a pool, an in-ground pool. Not no up ground pool. I'm talking about an in-ground. So you know that's money. You understand? I'm like, I didn't understand. Yeah, I didn't understand it. Too. You understand? They coming to eat food to get, like, you understand some people would give donations to certain people, but I'm like, come on, that doesn't make any sense to me. Where it's like, if you're supposed to just love God, just love God. I don't see why you need to pay anything, because God don't need no money. God created money. What I'm saying, like, if God needed money,
somebody said years ago, I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about paying tithes and how you know, are you really writing a check to God when you send your tithes in? And it made sense to me at that time. This was years ago. I heard that, and then I started seeing the pastors who, you know, they had hungry people in their congregation, but they were driving Benzes and you know, trying to get new pews in the church when the seats that were there were perfectly fine for holding people up. And you literally got people who are losing their homes and they're part of your congregation. They're there every Sunday. They're hungry. You know, they got kids who don't have their necessities, their necessities.
They might have medical bills going on.
Right, you asking me for some more money? Are you serious?
Yeah.
No, I'd rather go give my money to a homeless shelter than to give it to a church. And that's just is what it is. That's how I've always felt.
I agree. I believe they abuse it, but I do understand why they do give tithes, because people make churches part of their community. You know, that's your home. You know, you want it to be in the best shape as you put into your own home.
Right.
But they do abuse it. But I do believe if it's like a membership, you would say, to a motorcycle club, Boys and Girls Club, you know what I'm saying? You have to pay that membership fee, but church is more of a community thing. So those tithes need to go directly to the church, not in nobody else's pocket.
And what was the last disaster after? I think it was after Hurricane Katrina or something that happened. I think it happened in Houston, the flood or something like that, where people had to go on like the bridges and stuff. What was that white man that Kanye West likes to preach with so much or whatever stuff? What's his name? Joel, whatever.
Yep.
Instead of using his massive mega church as a refuge, because it was above the flood waters and stuff, he made sure people locked his church down, and him and his family got the hell out of Dodge and got the safety.
I don't like Joel Osteen's preaching. He preaches that if you ask God for what you want, God will give you what you want. And it don't work like that.
No, it doesn't. You have to work
if you say, God, I want that house on the hill, you go out and you're going to get that house on the hill. It don't work like that.
No, it don't.
His doors. He talking some old dumb mess like that. Like, they didn't want to drown. They didn't want to possibly drown, right? But they couldn't go to your church, though. But I bet you when all the water subsided, as everyone come back, God needs you here. People be fronting. Where it's like, if anybody went that couldn't go to church, I would never go back to that man's church. That church could have burnt to the after that.
He's not the only. There's another mega pastor that was in Houston, Texas. I cannot remember his name for the life of me. But I had an ex, and his family was so deep into that church that, I mean, like, they would give everything to this church. And the church, when I first visited that church, it was just a greedy feeling. Now, I had this feeling very young and still trying to learn God and all this and that and the other myself. I knew in my heart it was something that wasn't right about that church. Any church that did 3 collections in one sitting,
more about the money.
3 collections. Yeah. One was for a pastor, a love offering. One was for your regular tithes and offering, and another one's for aviation fund. So the pastor can get a plane to fly him from the south side to the north side of Houston to preach.
I know who you're talking about. I know you're talking about.
I can't think of his name. I cannot think of his name. I know it if I hear it, but when I first visited that church, like I said, first walking in, that was my first time ever being in a huge mega church like that, and to see that they had, secure. That was my first time seeing police officers with guns at church. I thought that was kind of crazy to me. I'm like, why do they have to have police officers?
Right, we come in for peace and for the Lord. Exactly. What the hell?
You about to arrest someone. Damn.
And like when I tell you, you can hear when he comes in because you can hear the helicopter as it's landing over the building to drop him off so he can preach the word. And he preaches the word. And like I said, in that short amount of time, they had that plate went around 3 different times. The first time, I gave him a little $5. I ain't gonna lie, I was young. I gave him a little $5 or whatnot. When it came around that second time, and I'm like, okay, what we supposed to put in here now? Is they bringing me change back for my $5? Like, what am I supposed to put in here? And they're like, oh no, this is the regular tithing. And I'm like, but did we just do it? The pastor's love offering. The pastor's love offering. Okay, all right, well not. So I put a little dollar up in there. Okay, we're gonna make it an even 6, whatnot. When it came around that third time for the aviation fund, and I didn't put nothing in at that time, and like I said, my ex family sort of looked at me like, "Oh, you're not gonna donate to that?" No. For what? You listen to say me and that nigga ain't been together.
I might want to fly up to North Houston too. Like, what the fuck? I ain't gonna get to be able to borrow that plane. I don't give a good goddamn about him getting no plane. Y'all lucky he got a love orphan. I was scammed out that love orphan because
okay. I in 2.5 hours back, baby. I invested in that, and the shit didn't goddamn work out.
Hey, and everybody giving all that damn money. You should have got the carpet done. You should have got the new door and the roof fixed. What was you doing with the money? You don't need no jet, bro.
No, that was my first introduction into these mega churches and how they can, use and the whole thing was you need to be paying your tithes and offering because God loves a cheerful giver and God gonna do this for you and that and the other, which He is. Don't like, and I don't want nobody that's watching this to think that we see
don't be scared in the process of wanting to
nothing, but
understand, like, believe, but do not get scammed in the hope of the belief and the fear of if I don't give this money or I don't give this, I'm gonna go and burn in hell and all of this other stuff. Because you're not going nowhere. And that's another thing. If somebody tell you going to hell, guess what? You tell them I'm gonna know someone there because your ass gonna be sitting right next to me. Because it says nobody tell nobody who going to hell. So when they tell you going to hell, they definitely going to hell. And that says it. Yeah. So
when they say you going to hell, say, sweetheart, let me know which direction it is, because you might be there before me, boo-boo.
Yeah.
Right. I'll bring you some water.
Okay. Right. I save your seat trick because you're gonna be right there.
My friend want to choke the hell out of me or whatever, because I got my little tattoo, because she's really like, she's 16 years older than me, but she's really like, since the kid been like, she's a church fanatic. You understand? So she thought she was doing something one day, like, "Ooh, girl," I was like 14 years old. "You got that tattoo? You scarred your body. You're going to hell." I said, "Well, girlfriend, you gonna be right next to me because it says in the Bible that you're not God, and only God can tell you who's going to hell. So just for doing that, all that work
only
you did,
God can judge me now.
You wasted it on me. You don't waste it because you're gonna be right here like this. That's the case."
I've learned to always just be leery and steer clear of people that first of all, people that you can't admit to your wrongdoings, and when you are, you're this way, like you said, Cola, you this way Friday through Saturday, but then come Sunday, you holy all of this, that, and the other. I've always been leery of people like that. Right. And you can't use the Bible to beat me with when God got my back 24/7 as it is. He knows the hot ass mess he made when he made me.
All time.
You know the hot ass mess he made when he made me. So nothing that the whole trying to beat people up with the Bible and the word and all that, child, that ain't gonna work. You make yourself look stupid when you do that.
Yeah, you do.
I learned a long time ago when people trying to bash me for being openly gay. When I came around a lot of religious people, you know what I'm saying? My grandma was Catholic, then I had Baptist, so they always had that brainwashing shit. But after you sit back and you start looking at shit and be like, okay, if this is a sin, you doing that and that's a sin, and you doing that and that's a sin, but you telling me my sin is worse than yours? And I'm just basically a regular person. I'm not really even doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even utilize my whole self yet, and I'm growing up.
There's no sin,
So
a number list of sins in the Bible, how people make it seem. Like what bro just said about my sin, one sin being more than another. There's no tabulation or score list in there. And there's also nothing in the Bible that says nothing. It's interpreted wrong. It's nothing in there that says anything about people being gay. It's not a damn thing that says you're going to hell because you gay. That's just like when I was younger, my grandmother, because she didn't like how people used to treat my uncles and stuff like that, she found a whole church where they would accept it. You get what I'm saying? Whatever stuff.
Oh, that was like, real good of your grandmother.
My grandmother, I love her. RP, my grandmother, like she was one of the best or whatever stuff. Where it's like you're gonna accept my children because I know what the hell I read. Because some churches take and twist it to what their agenda is. That's like I remember on YouTube, they had this guy in a church that went off on some transgender person or something. I forgot how it was, whether it was
told him to get out the church.
Right, and made a whole spectacle and was like, if you come back,
I see
ass. How you telling somebody gonna have somebody whip their ass in church, Mr. Preacher Man? Like, what are you talking about? And then you gonna just make this person feel embarrassed, and then fourth, you talking about they gotta come here, not in a wig and not in whatever. That doesn't say nothing in the Bible.
Part of the Bible includes having empathy for people and reaching out to help them because nobody's perfect, right? So like the main commandments is to love your brother and sister like yourself. You know what I mean? That's how you're supposed to love your fellow human. So whether or not, it doesn't matter. Even if you believe that it's not right, if that's what they want to call it, it doesn't matter. My job is to love you no matter what.
Absolutely.
No matter what.
According to the Bible, everyone is born with sin. So we all know children is innocent, right?
Yes.
How can a child have sin? But according to the Bible, when you're born, you have sin off the rip. You're starting off life as a sinner, whether you want to be one or not. As perfect as you may want to be.
And I'm not going to be walking around this earth with a burden because you told me that I have to be ashamed of myself. I'm like, I'm not being ashamed of shit. I understand. I know how God works. I know where He's helped me without you being there. And I can say I'm a testament to that. So the understanding where they come from is one. We have to understand that they do follow that Bible. Some of them believe strict in it. Some of them abuse it, but that's our power as well of just being, we are of the world and we have to get through this life, but we have to keep our homes, keep our relationships and keep shit in order. And that is walking the gospel like we're sharing the word right now, using our grace, you know what I'm saying? And we do more so what the Bible actually tells them than we actually think of, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a daily act in certain people's life, how you treat each other, how you conduct yourself and shit like that, so...
And some people, sometimes you gotta put your own brain and do your own research of things. Sometimes people will just take what a person is saying just because they're a pastor. They feel like they've went through whatever steps they think that they were supposed to go through, even though it's not that many steps you need to go through. Because all of us here can go take a little 6-month course or whatever and be a pastor. You get what I'm saying? But some people take that like they must know what they're talking about, so they can just say whatever to the congregation, and everyone will be like, "That's a fact. That's the truth." Instead of going to look it up themselves and make sure you're being told correct information. Like never just be a sheep and listen and be led by anyone, because that pastor is human like you. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone is not perfect. That's like my mother used to tell me in school. Like even though teachers are older, my mother used to tell me, teachers is not all right all the time. You understand? Where I would listen and I wouldn't be disrespectful to a teacher, but I would always still question stuff. If the teacher said something that I knew did not sound correct, I would go and do my own research and go off of that. I wouldn't just run with it because you're a teacher, because you make mistakes.
Yeah, I'm that damn nerd type too. I'm that dirt. I'm just the same way. Fuck that. No. You're not gonna tell me that it's fire and it's not gonna burn me. What do you mean it's fire? What do you mean? And you gonna try to tell me otherwise? It's not gonna burn you. No, what do you mean? It is. It's fire. Come on.
They couldn't stand me because I would sit there, come right back the next day, like, I'm sorry, but what you said yesterday, that is not correct. That's not what happened. They be like, I'm like, I'm just trying to help you. I don't want you running around looking stupid either.
For real. For real.
I like that. You need to have your personal relationship with God. Read the scriptures yourself. Very true.
Yes.
And don't get caught up in what other people say when they try to beat you over the head with the Bible, or like I said, when they try to use the Bible and the word as a weapon or a dog, like Too Strong said, and sick them on your ass. That ain't how it works. Right. Especially if you yourself are not without sin. You ain't a damn thing you can tell me about my sin.
And you know what? That's one of the best attributes. That's one of the best attributes.
You can cast the first stone.
That's when I met Brian, helped me fall in love with him is how he knew the Bible, because his mom raised him up in church. You know what I'm saying? But here we are, two black gay men in the world, and he knows it back and forth. So we have conversations from time to time where he deciphers it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a good book that you read, and you have to have these conversations, especially in your relationships. And you're trying to stay grounded amongst, again, the world that we're in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud, going through my own spirituality, but he knew it, enough to discuss with me. And it's not like cliche because we gay and black. No, I have no shame about my Lord Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? And we do so. We pray every time, before we eat and everything. That's in our household. That's what we grew up with, But I feel sorry for people that live their life in shame, not being able to celebrate in the Lord, the world, and even feel comfortable in a conversation such as this, because how the church or somebody damn them and and rob them of faith.
Because they should
feel convicted when they do that.
But yeah, I come from Christianity, but I don't really practice it. Like, I don't knock anyone that does. You understand? Because there's ways to do it. Because I feel like all the religions, not trying to be funny, we're all going to end up at the same place. It's just some people need to receive things differently to follow whatever the steps are to get to that place. You feel me? So, like, I practice like Ifa or whatever. You get what I'm saying? With like my saints and whatever, the Orishas. You know what I'm saying? Where that works for me because it's just like they're real people. You know what I'm saying? Where they don't try to make it where it's like, oh, this is a God and it's just above. It's like they have the same, how you say it, like the same emotions. They go through the same things from what the stories are. You understand? But I do not Christianity. I knock Christianity from people like what we're talking about. They try to use it like they're better than other people. Like, I go to church more Sundays than you, so I'm more special than you. Or you don't go to church, but you read the Bible in the house, and I go to church. You understand? I don't like the judgmental people, because the whole point of the religion is to not judge. So if you're always judging people, are you soaking up this thing that you're trying to get me and whoever else to soak up? You're not even soaking it up. You're just spewing it something out because you're doing something more than another person, and it makes you feel better than them, but you're not applying it to your life. Like, you're a shitty person.
That whole concept.
I can't hear you, Sunshine.
You're muted.
I can hear.
Shoot, I ain't know I was muted. That whole thing too, y'all, is that like also too, like they can do the same exact thing somebody else do, but it's worse when somebody else do it than what they did. But you did the exact same thing. A sin is your sin. Your sin is no less than the next
when they
person's
do that,
sin.
they make it clear that they feel that they're better than you as a person. That I'm here, I'm the pastor, I'm the deacon, or when they do those things, it's like you just gonna spit in my face. Shit, y'all both cheated on your spouse, but I'm worse because I'm a female and you're this exalted preacher. That's kind of offensive to your parishioners to do that.
But that's like not of the Bible anyway. That's not of the Bible anyway. The whole point of the Word of God was designed to help people, not hurt them. And
exactly.
When he came out that he was gay or whatever, right? Because like I said, my sister, she's a reverend. Her husband is a reverend. You understand? Or whatever and stuff. So he's been having to go to church like 5 days a week, like, just OD stuff or whatever, So when he decided to come out, he came out in steps. Like, at first he tried to say he was bisexual. I guess because it was lessening the blow a little bit and gave them some hope that maybe he would like girls because, he must be doing that. Even though that wasn't true. Like, he was all the way gay because he always felt comfortable with me because I let him be himself, but I wasn't going to just be like, well, I'm going to tell your mother, because I know how judgmental she is from what I had to deal with. So like when she spoke to me, she was like, listen, I love my son, but he's an abomination. So I'm like, yo, sis, do you know what the word abomination means? How would you feel if somebody said they loved you, but you're an abomination?
How would
And she
you
said,
feel if God said that? What if God said that to her?
Exactly.
Ooh,
That's
child.
and I'm
right,
like,
Miss
all this
42.
I
That's
did. Like,
right.
she was like, oh, he's not really gay. He's not really gay or whatever and stuff. I'm like, no, he's gay because y'all did all this church. He hears all this because the type of church that they was in, they was like against all of that. You understand? It was real like starchy. It wasn't cool. You understand? So I'm
When
just like, yo,
somebody
let
starts
him.
off a conversation, I love you, but I'm like, you can't say I love
You're
you,
right.
but
I can't hear nothing
no,
else you gotta say after that, but right.
no.
Because
It
when
better
people
be I
think
love
that,
you because you goofy as
feel like
fuck,
when
but
people
right
choose,
now, but nothing harmful. You
like
know what I'm
people choose
saying?
that gay stuff. Nobody chooses to be gay. You understand? Like, not even though I said the gays
Born
is
that
winning
way.
with TV now, but they still go through stuff. People get killed for being gay. People get, you know what I'm saying? People, it still happens. So why would somebody choose to be something that you know that's going to be harder for them in life? It's just like in civil rights when we had the brown paper bag test. Most of the people
Mm-hmm.
that can pass for white, what did they do? They passed for white. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was easier. I can go to this
I
school. You understand? So who would
I
choose to be
witnessed
gay? That's go
I
ahead, stop.
witnessed a woman go through a whole like abuse. Her mom was all up in the church or whatever, and she fell on hard times and had to move back home with her mom. We were like in our 20s or whatever. But her mom was like, if you move back in my house, you're not wearing them boy clothes because she was a
Oh
stud.
wow.
Within a month, had her in sundresses and going to church. She got like extension braids now, not like her,
That's not who
her
she really
regular
was.
flat. Yeah, and then every time she came around, it was like when you snuck off to school with them hot ass clothes, you changed real quick. So your mom, it was like every time she came around, she ran in the bathroom and snatched that shit off and put on, what I'm saying, her hoodie, her t-shirt, and her jeans. But when she left, I was like, is this real? And it affected her so much that it broke up a lot of her relationships, her intimate
Yeah,
relationships, and her personal relationships with her friends because she was so fucked up in the head. And we was like 26, 27 at the time.
Wow, that's sad.
Hmm.
That's really sad.
that's horrible.
But y'all, to wrap this up, basically, who was that? Somebody said that earlier. Christy said that earlier. You can't just preach the word; you have to live it also. People respond
Yes.
better to you by your
Yes.
actions. Lead and live by
Amen.
example. You can't
Mm-hmm.
come and preach something to somebody if you're not walking that walk and talking that talk. And
Right.
that's just how it is.
Yep.
Yep. I agree.
Exactly.
Simple as that. Do y'all have anything else that y'all wanted to add to the conversation before we get out of here?
Nope. I
Get
gotta go
ready for
put my
Christmas, people.
kids to bed.
Christmas is coming, y'all. Yes,
Get it
Christmas is
together.
coming. I only got, like I said, a couple more shopping things to do, but other than that, I'm ready to just sit back and just chill and enjoy my days off of work.
Yes.
There
So
you
am
go.
I. Cannot wait.
Y'all already know if there's any topics that y'all want us to get into next Sunday, y'all can email us, y'all can inbox us. Everybody's information is down in the description box. Email us and let us know if there's anything that y'all want us to get into.
Yes.
But until next time, I appreciate every single body that stopped through here. Thank you to everybody that supports us, the Real Queens panel. I
Love
love doing
y'all.
this every Sunday night.
I do
I love
too.
kicking it with my queens and my kings and their
Yeah.
perspective. And I appreciate everybody for coming through.
Yes.
All
Y'all
right.
All
Good
too.
right,
night,
love
guys.
y'all.
Good
All right.
night.
Good
Until
night.
next
Good
time,
night,
next Sunday,
everybody.
Real Queens, Real Talk. We'll see y'all later. Merry
Bye.
Christmas, everybody.
Happy holidays.